We're back. We got Niko de Gallo. He's a comic, very good friend. Someone I met, and we met maybe a year ago or something.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, I think definitely a year ago now.
Yeah, he's a fucking just a wonderful guy, fellow New Yorker, and we were talking. Let's just jump fucking into what we were talking about.
Yeah.
We were going on about the idea of do we need the trauma of New York City in our lives? Do you think that's like running back to a toxic relationship?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like because you were born in Brooklyn, right?
Yeah,
Born
and you're
raised in
Kew
Brooklyn.
Gardens.
I'm Queens. Yeah, I'm a Queens kid. So it's pretty tame, calm environments compared to Manhattan, you would say, right?
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
If you lived in the Midwest or Kansas or whatever it is, right?
Completely.
Pretty different.
Yeah.
But I do think that we're just addicted to the stimulation, whether it's the sirens or just someone yelling at us. I feel like if someone yells at me, once I leave this house of yours, I'm going to be like, all right, I'm still in New York. You know what I mean? If someone's waving at me in the streets of New York City, I'm like, I'm about to get mugged.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That sounds, I don't want that.
Yeah.
Spit at me.
No, you want
I'm totally fine with you spitting at me or calling me. The best part is when you have someone, especially where I grew up around a bunch of Russians and stuff. The best is when they curse you out in their language and you're like, I don't know, but I respect that.
Yeah, dude, I like that. I don't need to know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's actually that is the most fucking wild place. I was at the 8th Avenue yesterday.
Okay.
8th Avenue and 30th.
Okay.
Where the new Buddha spot is. The Buddha room.
That's
Bro,
by the garden, right? Sort of?
right next to it.
I want to check that out. I've been seeing the pictures. Is it nice?
It's a cool vibe. It's still figuring itself out. I'm digging it because it's a fun little clubhouse.
It looks
hangout.
nice. I saw your videos that you posted. It looks fun.
It's a fun spot. It's getting there, but the outside is 1970s New York, dude. There is the amount of homeless and crackheads.
Yeah.
It's not just one. It's not just two. They outnumber the normal people outside on the street, and you got to be on your toes.
That's what I like, though.
I like it,
That's
but
isn't that weird that we both I kind of like that.
it makes you. That is a
That's
authentic
bad.
New York experience.
That's bad for us. To feel
It's
that
not
way.
good for the city, but it's good for people who come here and they think that it's still just this jolly Candyland.
You saying that makes me really want to just walk by there today and be like, how bad is this?
Dude, go. I may end up there later tonight doing a mic or something. It is, dude, I've had people, the part I don't like is there have been dudes who've just get in my face.
Oh, the homeless guy, they're coming to you. I
That
have a thought about that.
Go for it.
I have because back in the day, homeless never came up to us like that.
No, they were, it was like an exhibit. You'd watch them from afar and they'd mind their business.
It was like we had this agreement with the homeless.
Yeah.
Where it was this imaginary velvet rope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like a club.
It's yo, don't. If I give you the $1, we're 2 arm lengths away.
That's
right?
exactly right.
But now they're I have a feeling that the homeless that we have nowadays, this new age homeless, this 2.0,
Yeah.
they're not from New York. I think they were shipped from other places to come here. Because I remember when I lived in LA, I went up to San Francisco, and people would always be like, the San Francisco homeless are different.
They're different.
And I was like, what are you talking about? I saw a guy ask a lady for change or whatever. You have $1. She gave him $1.
Yeah.
And she always oh, I also have some coins. He goes, what the fuck is this? Threw the pennies or whatever she had at her face.
Oh my God.
Her
dude.
glasses fell off.
Yeah.
And was yelling at her and chasing her down. He's like, I just wanted $1, you bitch.
Yo, that's crazy.
The fact that the homeless, they don't want to take coins anymore is pretty funny to me. Because that was the whole thing.
I mean, what was the line 50 Cent had? Shit, I'd take pennies if that's all the fiend had.
Oh, my God.
If you're a good drug dealer, you'll take coins.
Anything. I mean, that's just the whole mindset. You take whatever you can take.
Yeah.
Right? I mean.
That you add up that money and you'll get $1. If obviously they didn't go to school. But
Yeah, dude. So you're telling me the homeless out there are different.
Bro, it's different. They started to get rowdy. But I do hold on, I want to talk about your theory of they're not from here. Do you think also it's a mix they're not from here? The drugs are stronger, and they have mental illness. You think it's the mix of the three?
Wow. I think it could be the trifecta.
Yeah.
I think that just like coffee's a lot stronger now.
Yeah.
Or weed is a lot stronger now.
I can't even smoke weed.
I'm sure that whatever these people are doing now,
Yeah.
whatever drug of choice they're choosing, I definitely think that it's probably cheaper
Yeah,
and just much stronger now.
without a doubt.
And the withdrawals are probably way harder now.
Yeah.
It's always gonna be a mental health thing.
Yeah,
Always.
that's always the bottom line, and then
But if the drugs are stronger, the mental health is gonna be
it totally
that-
kicks that shit out.
that second wave is gonna be I don't know, dude. I mean, it'd be nice to just to like think like if I was a homeless person, I would be as respectful as possible.
Yeah,
But at a certain point, like you know how we all have bad days,
bro.
a homeless guy has to be like, today's the day I'm gonna
kill somebody.
Or they're gonna at least. Do you think they think they're gonna try to kill somebody, but in their head they're just like, I don't have the energy today. I just want coffee.
You know, I think they're fighting with the imaginary person in front of them half the time.
Yeah.
That like that's who they're gonna kill, so they're
That's
not actually
true.
killing anybody.
Yeah.
They're screaming at themselves. So you know what I mean?
I mean, mental health is brutal because you know when you're growing up, I would only think that mental health was like, this is so stupid for me to say.
No, don't.
But I feel like as a kid growing up, because my parents would just be like, look, they would point at like the homeless. They'd be like, this is what happens if you don't go to school.
Yeah.
This is what happens, da da da. This is what happens, you know, say I love you before you go to bed. Like,
Yeah.
this is what my parents would say. Like,
Yeah.
Latinos would say that shit. It's what happens, you don't go to church. I'm like, okay, whatever. But I feel like, dude, I don't know, man. It's so sad to see it, but I feel like my whole thing was, I always thought growing up that mental health stuff, like, because I would see them just, like, screaming at each other, screaming in a corner. I'm like, that's just a homeless person thing. Because when I would go to Colombia to go visit my family out there, the only people that were doing the same exact thing or that were like
Crazy.
mentally unstable were
Yeah.
only the homeless people.
Yeah. So you just figured that's just homeless
I
people.
thought that's just a homeless thing. I was
That's
like,
not dumb, bro. That makes sense.
but now that I've been doing comedy for 2 years, I've noticed a lot of people that aren't homeless that are comedians. I'm like, oh, that's not a homeless thing.
That's just your fucking
That's just
crazy
I
thing.
think we're just all crazy.
Well, yeah, dude, but no one ever thought about mental health until like the last 15 years, or maybe it was longer. But the thing is it wasn't on the internet the way it is now, where people are able to see what this means, what that means, what mental health like really is, and this mental health awareness stuff. And so I personally, I was like, that dude is fucking crazy and homeless. I looked at it the same way. I didn't look too deep into it. I think now we're digging deeper. Of maybe it's this, maybe it's that. Whereas before I was like, I'm not even bothering. This guy's, insane.
But do you think that we're only really talking about mental health in like the last 15 years or so because of just like the people that are doing all these like mass shootings and shit are quote unquote mentally ill, or they're saying that they are?
I think
so
probably
we can
has.
start the conversation.
I think it's a way to, and this is, let me preface this. I think I don't have an issue with guns.
No.
Personally, I'm like, if you want to have a gun, it's your right.
Yeah.
However, I think it's a way to sort of, to like, hey, it's mental health. Like, let's look at mental health completely this way and totally avoid the talk of guns, which like I said, I don't think they should be taken from us. I think there should be some better, things like, it should be a little harder to get for certain people.
Yeah.
But I think that may be like swaying it this way. I think it's good we're talking about it, but I don't know, man. The mental health is a weird, because people use it for just like a way to get viral. Also, like that's like they don't give a fuck. I watch videos on mental health and I'm like, this Australian dude's crying about some shit, and I'm like, you're just looking to get attention. You're not actually wanting to have a conversation about. You don't care about it.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know, man. It is tough, but I do think that, like you said, like don't ban guns, but just make it harder for people to get guns. That do background checks, do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Don't ban guns from trans people now.
No,
You hear
I
about
saw
this
that,
shit?
dude. I saw that
Because I'm like, okay. So you're telling me that the person that shot up that church, was it in Minnesota? I think.
Yeah.
It was a trans.
Minneapolis.
Yeah, it was a trans person. And listen, I don't know too much about it, but I do know that from what I read.
Oh, I've
it's
been
like
reading.
the Trump administration is trying to ban guns from transgender people because they're saying that being trans is not a sexuality, it's a mental health thing. That's the whole thing. Because they're trying to take away the funds from like the transgender people. So like, no, that's not a sexuality thing. It's a mental health thing. So what about all the white kids that shot up all the schools and all the other things? Are we just going to ban guns from white kids?
That's the thing, dude. There was like a couple trans shooters. There's no way it's constitutional to be able to tell one group of people that you can't have what everyone else can have.
That's very like Soviet Union type
That's
vibes,
insane.
right?
That's fucking insane. That's not fair. And however, I do, and this is a real hot take.
Here we go.
Which is not. I'm not phobic about anybody, but I do think that. I think if you in your heart of hearts feel you're a woman trapped in a man's body, you could be able to do that. But I do think that there is some sort of. I'm not saying you're mentally ill, but
You just
something's
don't
up.
know. You just don't know what's going on.
Yeah, something's different, and I'm not saying that, but you shouldn't. That should have no reason whether you should get a gun or not. Whether you think you're a man or a woman doesn't mean you're going to go shoot up a school. You should still have the right to go hunting and do whatever the fuck you want with that gun. Obviously not.
A trans person?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with a trans person having a gun. I don't think it's if you're not planning to go shoot up kids or anyone, then I think you're fine. It's hard to put. If you're saying this person's mentally unstable, you could put it on the trans thing, or you could put it on the fact that they may be schizophrenic.
Yeah.
It's hard to piece it apart. It's so fucking dense. You know what I mean?
But when you're on these like hormone meds, you tend to lose your mind a little bit.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing with that.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Have you ever met a pregnant chick before?
Oh yeah, dude. I've left every one of them.
Have you ever spoken to that significant other of like they're just like she's so mean to me,
bro? Mean, or then they're loving, and then they go off on a fucking tangent. Dude.
Because they're hormonal.
Yeah.
Now imagine being hormonal and not being on your meds, but with a gun in your hand.
That sounds kind of hot.
It does kind of sound hot. Nah, I don't know, dude. It's tough. It is tough.
And this is why we're not politicians. We could just talk shit about it. And
because in my head, I'm like, I bet you there's someone out there that's like, if this motherfucker, this trans person is going to go into a church or a school and shoot said person or said kid, of course he's going to do that. He cut off his fucking genitalia.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about his shit. Why would he care about someone else's just life? And it's just like, that's the wild part.
That's a question too.
Because I don't think some people on that side, I don't think that they think trans people are actually people, bro.
Which is not fair to say because they are. I mean, that's just.
We know trans people.
Yeah, I know plenty of them, and they're fine. And I'm like, I have no issue with them.
But if they had guns, would you be like, hell yeah? Or be like, what's going on? Why you have a gun?
I wouldn't think about it, honestly. I wouldn't think about it. Unless they were walking around on the street with it, then I wouldn't think about it. But if someone told me, I mean, I know one in particular who I wouldn't be shocked if they had a gun.
Oh, yeah. Especially where they're from?
Yeah.
That's just how it works.
That's what they do over there. So I'd be like, all right, cool. She's got a gun. That's great. If she was like, I have my gun on me right now, I think if anyone told me they had their gun on me right now, I'd just be a little uneasy.
I'd be like, why do you have the gun? Just to
What's up?
Pull it out in case a person runs a light or something? Like, what are we doing?
That's the thing.
Why are you bringing a gun to the open mic?
Yeah. And my buddy, I have a buddy who's got a carry permit, right?
Okay. In New York?
In New York, which is hard to get. And we're at dinner, and he said, he just like whispered him, we're at a dinner in a nice place in Soho.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, I got my gun on me right now. And I'm like, why?
In Soho.
In Soho.
Just in case.
I'm like, for what? And I said, I'm like, more, and this is not a guy who you trust with a gun. I don't know how he got, like, he'd be like fucking, he'd pull it out and, like.
He's like, where's my car keys?
Yeah, and fuck it up. And like, and he'd end up getting shot himself. So.
The Plaxico Burr syndrome, shooting himself in the club.
That's the thing, dude. And that's why places like Texas are safer places than New York because everyone has a gun on them. It's either everyone needs to be armed or no one needs to be armed. Do you know what I'm saying? Because if you know that if you and I are in a store, right, and we're getting in an argument, and you know I have a gun, and you know you have a gun, I think we'd be a lot less likely to get into a fight. We'd go, all right, we know. And whereas in New York, you're like, fuck this guy, and you don't think about it. Meanwhile, he may have a gun on him, and you don't.
But I think that's also the problem with like places that do have like those like where you're allowed to have guns.
Yeah,
they don't use their words to like to.
So you think they shoot right away
to diffuse like certain situations? That's probably why people up here in the East Coast, even on the West Coast, that we're not allowed to have guns. We use our words a little bit more. I feel like that's probably why. But people in the South, they're like, we got
I don't think
road
so.
rage?
I think it's the opposite.
You think so?
I think it's the opposite. I think you're more likely to, because you don't know if the other person's carrying.
Yeah, I always felt like people like your buddy. I feel like people that walk around with guns and shit like that, with permits in places that there's no need. I feel like those are the guys that just like, yeah, but I fuck more bitches than you. You know that, right? I'm just like, wait, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
it's
like
tiny
people
dick
that, you know, when
syndrome.
you have like these, when you have these conversations, like you just have like an argument or just like a debate with someone, then they don't know how to really like hit you with a better like idea or whatnot, or just they're just like, you know what? But I get more bitches than you though. It's like,
Yes.
what?
We're talking about.
I get more. I'm like, yo, okay, you got more bitches. You're right. Like, it's like, why do you have to bring that up? We're talking about sports. Like, what? It's like, you know what? I get more bitches. Though. I'm like,
What are we talking about?
sure.
That's it's always.
And
like
we all have that one friend. It's like, okay.
I think
it's like-
there's more
like,
than one.
Sure.
Yeah. You just gotta let them go. Okay.
Well, the ones that are not that good with debates and they just want to start, they just want to fight you. They just want to fight. You know what? Let's just fight.
Those are the.
That's
people.
how I feel. Some people are in the South. Some people, not everyone.
Because I mean, they're probably more. They're less likely to. They're not. And this. Is such
I
a
also
fucking
think that they
thing.
probably have a more peaceful life. They're just like, I just don't want to do. Do you still want to talk? I still get more bitches than you, bro.
That's the thing. I think I'd be more.
You think it's the other way around?
I think so. Where I go, all right. I know we're both fighting evenly if we're
Yeah.
gonna fight. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And whereas in New York, I don't know if this dude's got a gun.
And that's the scary part.
Yeah.
That's
and
the
people
wild
aren't-
part.
The people I'm thinking like that, and that's so I avoid fights at all costs. I go,
Yeah.
I don't want to get shot unless someone's in my face. I have no choice. Like I'm a part of the arm length rule. If you go past this,
I
then
thought you were gonna say the guardian angel rule, like those guys. In the
Oh,
train.
no,
I'm
that
like, oh, you
fucking
part of the
thing.
guardian angels? Nice.
nah, dude. If someone comes past your arm's length,
Once your arm bends and they're still,
you have a right to hit them. That's
I think
it.
you have. I think by law you have one. You get one. You can get one shot.
One shot, which I think
After that, it's assault.
and that's the thing. A lot of dummies get face to. They go, yo, you want to? I'm like, yo, once you do that, you're fucked.
No. At that point, yeah, it's so easy for you to like either. Well, again, it's just a weird. It could just be a weird situation, right? Someone can be in your face that
Yeah.
close, and then you can just like push them away, and then I don't know where they fall into the train track, and
And then
Then
you
you're fucked.
murdered someone. Yeah.
it's. Yeah, I mean, when I see fights on train platforms, like, what are you doing?
Bro, you're insane.
It's kind of like I'm lying. I like watching fights on train platforms. I do.
We all do.
All right, hold on. Let me reel it back. I like watching fights on train platforms only because it's like the closest thing for me to feel like I'm on set at like a Mission Impossible movie with like fighting on top of trains. You ever seen that? Where
Yeah,
they're
of course.
like, ooh, this is gonna happen, right? And then there's always the guy like they're fighting, then they roll into like one guy falls into the track, and then the guy that he's fighting against has to pick him up. Like, I'm sorry,
Which
like,
is the crazy thing.
which
yeah.
is the beautiful part about it. No one died, and they shake their hands like keep.
You
it
have
moving.
to do that. You have to go, dude. I have to help you. You're gonna die right now.
I mean, would you rather watch a fight underground on the subway, or would you rather watch it like in the middle of the street?
Probably in the middle of the street, just because the subway feels like there's no way out, and I want to be able to walk away from this if I'm not a part of this.
Yeah.
I personally, I'm not gonna sit there and watch a fight, and I'm not gonna help break it up unless it's with a woman. Like if someone's beating the shit out of a woman, then
If
that's
it's like
different.
a mismatch, I'm like, I'm waiting for someone to be like get involved, because if not, like I don't want to be the guy. I'm not gonna get involved unless I really have to get involved.
Someone's
in
actually
terms of in terms of just like yo, but I have to like really make sure I'm like looking around like no one like has his back, because you know if you try to get involved you're fucked. That's how people get popped.
That's
and
people
shit.
don't understand that. It's like when you come to this city for the first time and you see someone laying on the floor,
Yeah.
and you're like, and the person's like, oh, we should help. No.
Yeah.
You have to leave them alone. You
No.
don't go near them.
But it's also not, that also circles back to fucking mental health again.
Bro, I
all
mean, that's the
mental
thing. You're also mentally ill if you think that you're gonna win a fight.
I think that's a human thing though.
You think so?
I think we have like that instinct where we're like, I can fight.
I don't.
No?
I don't have. There are times where I look and I go, I'd be able to handle myself if I need to, but I'm not gonna go and puff my chest out for a
Yeah.
fight. You know what I mean? Like,
no,
all right,
I think you're right. I think you're right. But I do think that there's that urge in us, especially as men, where like when you're walking by and you see like like the sign up there, like I can touch it.
oh, I get that. That's a good way to put it.
And you're like,
Yeah.
like, you can't touch it. It's like I can definitely touch it. And then it's like a whole competition. Because I think at the end of the day, it's just like it's animalistic. It's a competition. And just like when you're driving on a highway and you see a fucking car crash, you're rubbernecking the whole time. It's part of it. We just have to see it.
You have to look.
Which is why, like, you see, like, social media, we get fucking lost in the sauce with, like, the news, because we're just like, what's happening here? Oh, my God. It's just bullshit. And they know it. They have us by the balls. And that's the sad part. And I think that's why we're fucked. I think that's why we're fucked. And the only way that we're going to be able to at least somewhat mitigate it a little bit is do what you did, where you just, like, got off your phone for like, how long did you get off your phone? You did that.
I was for a
cleanse.
week. It wasn't long.
Was it nice?
And I wanted to do longer, but I got back to the scared of like being relevant. Of like, I want to post my shows. I want that shit. Like, it got to me a little bit, but the reboot was so good because there was moments where I was just posting shit to post shit. I didn't even care about it. And I'm like, now I'm losing.
That happens.
And I have days. Where I'm like, I need to post something. And I go, well, there's nothing I'm really thinking about it. Unless I think it's funny. Like today, I was thinking about, so what can I post? And I posted a clip on Charlie Sheen. Where,
about he wants to fuck dudes?
Yeah, and I was like, the guy used to smoke crack. Of course he used to fuck guys. Like, everyone who smokes crack, fuck. And that was, to me, I thought that was funny. Maybe the world won't. But funny. I'm like, okay, I feel good that I did that.
Listen, as long as you got that out.
That's the thing. But it's like, all right, only if I want to do it. I see people like, I need to keep up and keep the train rolling. How do you feel like about social media? Like, because you know a lot of people.
Yeah.
But you don't post I know you post on your story a lot.
Yeah. I do post a lot on my stories.
Yeah. But it's other shit. It's funny shit.
I try. That's always been my thing. Like, I've always just been like, even way before like Instagram really popped off, I would like when Facebook was like popping back in the day.
Yeah.
My Facebook story, like my updates were crazy. I would just say the most craziest shit.
I did too when it was.
And I had like screenshots, and like my buddies would like, they would screenshot shit from way back when, and they'd be like, dude, you gotta like.
You got to scrub this shit.
A lot of it was that, but some of it was my buddies would just be like, yo, you got to like just screenshot that shit and just like look back at it like way back like in the future and just like laugh about it. To the point one of my buddies was like, yo, a lot of those statuses you had were very funny like premises. And I was
Which is great.
And I'm just like, yeah, but I can't make any of these. Like, it was just like all stupid New York centric or like silly bullshit, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, in terms of like my social media stuff, I mean, like when you guys post, like when you and Joe Gerbo and all these guys, they post like, you post like your reels and stuff like that. Like, I do get jealous. I'm like, I want to do that, but I'm just like, I just don't feel like I have anything good enough to post on that stuff yet. And I say, okay, maybe I can put up like, you know, like topical stuff and whatnot. But it's just like, I always feel like whenever I do post something or I'm about to post like a clip of something that I'm doing on stage, I'm just like, I watch it and I'm just like, as I'm about to post it, I'm like, oh, I think of a random tag.
Yeah.
So in a way, I feel like there's no problem if you do post it, because I don't believe in the whole like you gotta burn it once you post
I don't agree with that either. We don't know. No one knows who we are.
We're not doing clubs yet. We're not doing like the Cellar. We're not doing all this stuff yet. It's like we have to keep doing our shit, rinse and repeating it. I mean, if you're posting the reel, cool, but when you do it on stage, you have to at least add something new to it.
Well, that's the thing. I'll take a little bit of it, like a small chunk, and then I have a whole bunch of other shit to add to it.
I love the whole just posting on my story, like reposting other people's random silliness,
which is great. You always find something fun. That's what people so like to watch. They like to see when it comes from an account that no one has any fucking idea what it is either.
Like remember the fat Jewish? Remember that guy?
Oh yeah, of course.
And he got in trouble because he was posting shit that wasn't his.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that.
But I want to get back to, you said that you feel like it's not good enough to post. Dude, half the time, my shit is not even that funny. But I'm like, you know what? It made me giggle enough where I go, maybe it'll give something else. Or someone who has never seen me before.
I think that you should definitely keep doing that. A lot of people that should definitely be doing that, because that's also another way that helps people write.
It does help
like
that way.
Like you post so much dope stuff up there, and I'm just like, dude, like you're just writing. That's literally just you writing. It's helpful. It's helpful. It's good. I want to do that. It's just like I just don't know. I feel like I like performing on stage and doing it, but I'm not against the idea of posting this stuff. I'm like, you know what? I'll get there.
The performing on, I mean, there's nothing like performing. It is the most. I've gotten now to a point where alcohol and drugs don't do it the way that they used to do it. And now it's this, and I go, I'm almost pissed.
We're fucked,
yeah.
We're literally fucked. It's very frustrating, but it's also like it's a lot healthier if you think about it. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
In a way, because it's like, all right, I don't have to fucking drink this fucking fifth of vodka to be like, I could just go on stage for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever. And be like, whew, I got that out of the way. But I don't know. I mean, I love when people just. I think that if you're a comic and unfortunately, this is how it is now, where we have to be really good with social media and constantly stay relevant. But it's like, to who?
It is nonsense.
It's kind of like when dudes go to the gym. It's like, you're not impressing the ladies. You're trying to impress the dudes.
Without it, no one. It's
You're,
only
you're,
the guys.
you're not in, like, okay, I get it. You're posting stuff and you're trying to get people to to come to engage and come to your shows. But it's like, I'm a big believer of like actually genuinely like reaching out to people, like at least hanging out with them before you start inviting them out to places, stuff like to shows and whatnot. Because I feel like you just need more of a connection that way versus like a clip that goes viral. Cool, if a clip goes viral, it reaches someone in New Mexico and they're in town, they want to see me. Great.
Yeah,
that's the cool thing about social media. But I think right now it's like I'm so fresh in the game. I'm only 2 years in. It's like
me too. It's.
I just want to keep writing jokes.
Keep getting better. Keep getting better.
But I do think that is another thing that we have to do as comics now. It's not just performing crowd work or riffing, all this shit like that. It's like you have to be very good at social media, which is good. 100%. You have to be good because there's a lot of guys that are very good at that aspect of it.
And they suck at
stand-up.
Dude, that is
and
the
vice
most
versa.
pathetic thing.
And vice versa. And that's the hard part, being that hybrid, that in between.
You have to figure it out. I do think though, in our case, that you need to be, if you're gonna do this, you need to be better at stand up. Because I don't know how you can go up there and I would be fucking shitting bricks and embarrassing myself. Like I'd rather
imagine they find one of your clips, right? A club somewhere like Nashville or whatever.
Yeah.
They find one of your clips like that. Fucking this kid's hilarious. Oh, I found another fucking hilarious clip. They message you. Would you like to feature for such and such person?
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh shit. And what if you're the comic that is really good at having viral clips, but only has 12 minutes?
Yeah.
The club asks for 30.
What do you do?
That's the problem. That's why for me it's like, okay, I've done 30 minutes before, but was it good 30 minutes? I can tell you no, but the crowd in fucking North Carolina and Virginia, they laughed, and I'm like, yeah, but a New York crowd, a savvy New York crowd. Not saying that those guys aren't savvy.
Yeah.
But we're talking about cities that don't have comedy clubs anywhere near them. So like you perform at a brewery or whatever, and they love anything that you say. You go to a fucking like somewhere at the Stand or somewhere, St. Mark's, or you go to Roddy's where you have actual people that fucking see comedy all the time, and you're just like, oh, of course that didn't work. You guys know comedy.
Yes, or they don't know comedy.
They don't know comedy,
and they're sitting there going, "This isn't funny."
Yeah.
They're almost too smart for their own fucking
But the thing
good.
is, but I'm also like, you can't be funny. You can't be funny to everybody.
No, it's impossible.
You can't.
If everyone finds you funny, then you're not that funny. If you ask me, I don't know. Does that make any sense?
100%.
You know,
100%. Listen, the goal is to be funny.
Yeah.
The goal is to be funny, but at the end of the day, you're not gonna make everyone laugh. Like, unfortunately, there's people out there that are not Chris Rock fans.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Richard Pryor. They're not Carlin fans.
Yeah.
They're not like Chappelle fans. They're not like all these guys, and it's just like, all right, well, that doesn't mean that you're stupid, but it's also like, not everyone not everyone likes to eat steak,
That's true.
So it's like, and how could you not eat steak? It's like, it's not for everyone.
It's the best way to put it.
For everyone.
I'll still judge you.
But that's the hardest part as an artist, as a comic, where we tell jokes and we want to get that like instant gratification from a laugh. It's hard when you're crushing and then there's like a table on the side where there's nothing.
I've had that before. And
it's tough, but you have to then you deal with it.
I'll be honest with you.
You do sales. We've all done sales. You can't cut every deal.
I don't mind it. I look at them,
but
and
that's the best part.
Yeah,
bro.
I go. They don't. This is not for them.
You can't fuck every girl at the bar. Maybe one.
One's nice, dude. Even making out with one, I'm like, this is a good
Beautiful.
night.
That means the set went well.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like that's what it is. But it's like there's actual comics out there that they haven't figured it out yet in terms of just like, yo, like, especially at mics, when they bomb at a mic, they feel so like shit. Like, dude, there's a mic.
I know.
That's the whole point of a mic.
Yeah, this is the gym. You're at the gym right now.
But that's the thing. A lot of them don't know that. A lot of comics either never went to the gym or they never played a sport where they had to lose.
Yeah.
You have to lose.
Yeah.
You have to lose in order to be able to get better. Because if not, like you said, if you're crushing all the time and everyone thinks you're funny, you're not pushing it to the point where you're not taking some risks with certain topics.
Without a doubt.
Or you just want to be funny. Cool. Be funny. That's fine. But at a certain point, it's like some people also want to be like, they want to know you a little bit. They want to relate. That's where I want. I want to be. I would love for me to come off stage and someone to be like, "Yo, I know exactly what you were saying about that set and set topic. Like, I'm going through the same exact thing." Or if someone in the crowd is like, "Oh my God, that's exactly what set and set is going."
Yeah.
That's what I want to talk more about shit like that. Because when I first started doing comedy, I was like, "Why is this stop sign red?" I'm like, "What am I talking about? This is not."
I don't even give a shit about this.
Like, it's like I just want to talk about like shit that's like funny to me and shit that I care about, and that if someone in the crowd can somewhat relate to it, it's cool.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of where I'm at right now with my stand-up. It's like I just turned 35. All my friends that are my age, they like have houses and families and whatnot, and then they're all like, where are you at, bro? And then I'm looking at them, I'm like, bro, you look like you're 50 years old now.
You look like shit, yeah.
Look like shit. What are you talking about? And I'm not saying that that's not what I want. It's like, that's not the case, but it's also like, I do things a little unorthodox, bro. Like, it's just a little different. Like,
yeah.
I've never been the person to kind of follow the crowd. Obviously, I'm like a contrarian to a certain point, but it's like, listen, bro, it is what it is. Like, I don't know. People really want you to. Misery just loves company, I guess.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying having a kid, it means your life will be miserable. It's not the case. But for me, it's just like, I don't know what it is. I just can't find it. So for me, I like talking about shit that bothers me, makes me laugh, or like tickles my something in my brain where I'm like, you know what? This is what I'm going to talk about. And if I get something out of it, cool. And then I could talk more about it. But if not, whatever.
Well, I mean, you're
we're 30. I'm like, we're in our 30s, bro.
Yeah. It's. I think you.
Figure it out.
Well, first of all, you talk about stuff with your mom and like having a Hispanic mother, and it's super relatable. Like when you go up, I already know who you are.
Yeah.
Like, and that
That's
personally,
cool.
that's the kind of shit I want to see. Also, I don't like to watch a comic. I don't like when I don't know who they are. I'm like, I have no idea who this person is, and that kills me. So I think
it's hard though when you don't even know who you are at times too.
Well, I think the younger guys have an issue. Not saying I know who I am fully because I'm figuring that out every day.
We're doing stand-up.
That's the thing. Every
try to figure out what it is.
And you're going to have different trials and tribulations that'll change who you are. And you go,
100%.
oh, I'm actually more like this than that, which is important.
Yeah.
But at least from now, I go, this is who I'm at. You know, this is me. And I think a lot of comics, when they see me go up, if they've never seen me before, they think this guy's trying to shock people right now. And then eventually they get to know me and they go, oh no, this is genuinely what I like. But I don't understand. And with 20-year-old comics, they're talking about things that they go, oh, I think a good joke can come out of this. But they're not talking about it because they care about it.
Yeah.
The other day I was on stage and I started talking about something and I stopped myself and I go, I don't even give a shit about this. And I'm like, what am I really thinking about right now?
Yeah. 100%.
You know?
That's literally the way you should approach it. I feel like if we get 5 minutes of stage time, go up there, think of it like you're doing speed dating.
Yeah.
That's how I look. I'm like, I have 5 minutes to. I don't have to impress the audience, but I want them to at least get something. If they think
see my point
in something.
Yeah.
If they don't, cool. Then obviously I have to keep working on it like always. But I'm glad that I've done it now. I'm glad I've done it for 2 years, but in those 2 years now, I remember in the beginning when I first started, I was beating myself up all the time. I'm like, none of this shit sounds good.
Yeah.
It sounds so inauthentic. I would watch like my tapes or whatnot and just listen to my audio, and I'm like, dude, I sound so robotic.
Yeah.
Where it just got to the point where like once like 13 months in hit, I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. I'm gonna just go up there, bring up my notebook, and just bullet point a topic and all the stuff that I'm just going to just fucking talk about it, just riff a bit. If shit works, if it sticks, cool. Because for me, I've always been like, I want to be as conversational as possible. I don't want to sound like a robot. I don't want to sound like I'm reading off a teleprompter, which is how my first year was.
Yeah.
And now
a lot of people.
Now I'm like trying to be as loose as possible. Because I spoke to Kevin Sanchez once and he was like, yo, just try to be you as much as you can. That's the goal. It takes forever. But for me, I'm like, you know what? I definitely want to write good jokes. That's the whole point of it. But before I do that, I need to make sure that I'm comfortable up there.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. And then from there, the jokes will come, like, they're just going to flow out. Because it's like when you go to a party, you're not going to be comfortable with such like a brand new person you meet until like you really kind of relax and into the moment and really chat with the person. And then you can really be yourself. But how do you do that in 5 minutes?
It's very hard. It's very hard. And that's the other thing where if you're talking about something you don't care about,
That's the problem.
And it's like having a conversation with someone that you're meeting for the first time. You're like, ugh.
That's the problem.
Like if
what do you do for work?
Yeah,
don't care,
I
bro.
don't give. I have to do this.
Don't give a fuck.
Yes,
I don't care, bro.
and that's where if you're doing that in comedy, you're like the whole point is where you talk about whatever the fuck you want here.
Dude.
So don't waste time talking about shit you don't care about.
Don't. Life is too short, bro. I mean, look, especially for me, I started doing stand up at 32.
Yeah,
just turned 35. I need to keep doing it, but I need to do it with a purpose. Like, I'm not going to go up to be like, hey, so you guys see the girl with the tits in the front? Like, I don't care a fuck about that. I don't care. I've seen tits before, guys. You guys have never seen that guy. I don't give a fuck about that.
That's the other thing. You and me and there's a couple others who have actually fucked before.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. Oh, my God.
Sorry, that was a sidebar.
No, it's true. That is a sidebar. It's like I was telling who was I talking to? I was talking to someone that when I was walking to the train with them, I was like, bro, I've never met so many motherfuckers that, like, quote unquote incels or whatever it is they call them.
They're incels, but they're funny.
But they're funny. But I've never met so many of them in my life until I started doing stand up. They're very funny people, but it's so crazy how they think and how they move, and it's just like, all right, that's fine. But that's also what makes us different, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's so many times, I'm sure you've gotten this too, where, like, you produce shows where you'll get DMs from comics like, hey, man, I'd love to do a spot on your show.
Yeah.
And then you see that same comic that DMs you and doesn't even go up to you and be like, yo, what up?
Which
and I'm
is
like,
crazy.
Then you see them do their set and you're like, oh, you're unemployed. Oh, you don't have a girl. It makes sense.
You have no idea.
You have no idea.
Like social cues or context, anything, which is insane to me.
Now, I'm not saying you need to say what up to me if you want to go on my show, but it's also like if you want to, let's say, quote unquote, if you want a job or you want to do something, you want to kind of go.
You got to send your resume and you got to say hi and you introduce yourself and go hi.
Or at least go support the show.
Something.
Support the show. Go hang out with the guys. Go hang out with the girls. It's like, there's a reason why so many girl comics don't want to focus some of these guy comics.
Of course, dude. Wait, you said don't or do?
They don't.
Oh, yes.
They don't, and some of them do probably. But a lot of times it's like, yo, stop acting like you're with the bros all the time. Just act like yourself.
That's the thing. Where there are some women who are cool with it. They don't mind like hanging with the boys. And
which is fine.
That's cool.
But
there is a level of like, it gets weird. Like it gets kind of weird where you go like, it's just not even funny. Like I'll talk about my dick in front of women or whatever. But there's a level of like loser. Like there's a very thin line between funny and loser.
Yeah.
And when you do it in front of a woman, you're kind of.
But if it's funny, and they laugh, and the whole crowd laughs, it's funny.
That's the thing.
But you gotta make it funny.
Yeah.
You gotta.
But I mean, just chilling purposes.
Chilling too.
Yeah.
I've always been a person where like when I get to know someone or they get to know me, like doesn't matter whatever the conversation is, it's gonna be something's gonna be funny out of it.
Yeah.
I can't be like serious ever.
I don't have
the thing growing up until this day. Everyone's always like, yo, Niko, for a sec, can you just be serious for once?
Yeah.
Never.
Which I like that. Though.
That's never.
You need to have levity.
Never. That's always gonna be me, right? But yeah, again, these. I mean, listen, it is what it is. But
were you like a class clown?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah,
I was. I was going through. My wife wanted to like throw a whole bunch of shit out of the apartment, like to do like some spring cleaning.
Yeah.
And I found my high school yearbook, and I was like, oh shit, I haven't seen this thing in forever.
Yeah.
2008 is when I graduated high school.
Yeah.
I opened that shit up, looking all by boys. I went to an all boys high school.
Okay.
So it was like prison.
Okay.
It was crazy. Shout out Holy Cross High School in fucking Flushing. But I opened up that fucking book, and dude, it was I was having like a slump. You know when you have a slump when you're doing comedy, just like
yep.
I was having a slump. I was like so fucking down in the dumps. I was like, I can't write any jokes. Like none of this stuff sounds funny. I was like going over my whole set, all the jokes that I had in my book, and I was like, none of this shit works. What's going on? So I was like, you know what, let me not do any writing or any comedy for today. Let me just do something different. Went to the gym, got home. My wife was like, we gotta do some spring cleaning. I was like, fine. I find my high school yearbook. I'm like, oh shit. Dust this shit off. I open it all the way to the back with all my boys. You know, they all sign it.
Of course.
Dude, I'd send you a picture and I'll just to prove, bro, it said, Niko, funniest kid in school. And I was like, and when I saw that, I was like tearing up a little bit. I was like, yo, I think I'm doing
what you need to be doing.
I finally found something that I genuinely wanted to do.
Yeah.
And somehow I literally jumped out of that funk and I just started writing new stuff. And I think that's just what it is. It's like for a living, you know, I do like physical therapy. I love that. I love helping people.
Yeah.
I think that's genuinely what I was put on this earth to do, just to help people physically. And the comedy helps me help them out, whether it's for like 2 minutes, whatever it is. If I can get them out of their little funk of their life that they're dealing with, if I can just have them forget about whatever tragedy they dealt with that day or that week or whatever it is that they're dealing, if I can help them forget about that shit, that's all I care about. I would sacrifice mine for them to be happy, and that's just how I am.
Which is great. I mean, that's the whole. I mean, that's. I think a lot of comics are.
That's kind of like that's the beauty. But yes, I was a class clown. Too much of a class clown.
And when you started,
way too much.
Did you started? You met your wife first, and then you started doing comedy.
Yeah.
And what'd she say when you're like? That's a curious thing. Of like,
that
you
is a
know
curious
someone,
thing.
and they're next thing you know, you look at them, and they've known you for a couple of years, and you're like, I want to do stand up. You know, like, how was that?
So we met out here in New York. We met on Bumble.
Yeah.
And we were dating for like 4 months, and then we were like, you know what's a good idea? We should move in with each other, but not in New York. We should move to LA together.
I've done that.
And then and on top of that, why don't we get a dog?
Yeah. Let's really make this complicated.
The problem is, I had an ex-girlfriend that I didn't move in with her, but I got her a dog, and then we broke up, and
she took the dog.
She could have the dog.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like that was the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh no, I'm making the same mistakes again. But in my head, I was like, this is right. I'm toxic.
I do this shit. I do the same shit.
we lived in LA for 3 years, so we got married. So we were together for like 7 years. Then we got married, and then literally 3 months into us being newlyweds, I was like,
oh, so you got married, and then you told her, oh my God, dude.
I got married, and then I told her I want to start doing comedy, and she's like, oh, I knew this was gonna happen. Like, she in her head, because I was always a stand-up comedy fan.
Yeah.
Like, when I lived in LA, I lived like 3 LA blocks away from the Comedy Store.
Okay.
So I would go to the Comedy Store all the time. In 2016 to 2019, that was like the podcast boom in LA.
I remember.
So that's when I really, because I was living out there, and one of my buddies like, hey, do you know this podcast, Tiger Belly? I was like, no, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Because you know Bobby Lee? I was like, yeah, I know Bobby Lee, the guy from Mad TV.
Yeah.
He's like, you gotta listen to this guy. I listened to that podcast, and they would have all these other comics like Theo Von, all blah blah, and then they would end the podcast with, I'm gonna be at the Comedy Store tonight. I was like, I live right by the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
So I would start going to the Comedy Store. And they have a thing at the Comedy Store at the time where it's like, if you show them your ID that you live in the area, you can go in for free. You just have to buy a drink.
Okay.
Bro, I was going in and just hanging out, just to watch shows. And I would see like Burr,
the best,
Sebastian, Russell Peters. Like what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
And that's literally how I started getting into the idea of like, I want to do this. But the person that really got me into like actually going to hit up an open mic was I was listening to Andrew Schultz on one of his podcasts, and he spoke about it. So
what did he say?
I went in. I did an open mic when I was living out in when he was going to school in Cali. He did an open mic, and that was it. He bombed and then got addicted to it, and I think he was on Bobby Lee's podcast, and Bobby Lee was talking about it. He's like, people that want to do it, they just have to go on stage and try it out.
Yeah.
And then I literally was like, how the fuck can I do this?
Just do it.
And I Googled it, and I found an open mic in Queens. I went to QED. No, I went to Grove 34.
Okay.
Bro, I went to like 6 open mics and didn't even do. I just went there and I sat and watched.
Really?
I was so scared.
And that makes you feel like shit too. You're sitting there going, I fucking didn't get up. Like,
well, every time I would go in, I'd go up to the register, to the guy at the cashier. I'm like, oh, can I just get a seltzer water? He's like, all right, because you bought an item, I'll give you 5. I was like, I'm good. He's like, what? I was like, no, I just want to watch. He's all right. When I went the 6th time, he was like, what's up, man? What can I get for you? I was like, can I get a seltzer? He's like, all right, cool. You're not doing any time today again? I'm like, nah. And then there was a comic that was behind me that goes, bruh, you've been coming here 6 weeks straight.
Yeah.
You gotta just fucking do it.
He's right.
I'm like, yeah, nah. Like, I really respect the art form. Is how I was like, I really respect the art form of stand up. That I don't want to go up there and not have material. Da 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 da. And then, like, as I'm walking away after I pay the comic, I was like, you gotta go up there. He's like, man, some people just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And I heard him say that under like talking to the guy, and they were laughing, and I was like, what, motherfucker? Like, I was like, what? He went up like he was like 4th in the lineup.
Was he any good?
8 dick.
Yeah.
8 shit, and I was like, I'm going up.
Yeah.
I signed up. It was a 4-minute mic. I signed up and got 1 laugh. That's all I needed. Because I knew that guy didn't get any laughs, and I was like, that's all I wanted.
Yeah.
And after that, I just that's how I started. I just kept doing it. But my wife was like, "Yo, because I would when unfortunately with me, it's like I get super obsessed about these things, and I can't let go. It's like a bulldog that lockjaw is just there. And like the first 6 months of it, I just was doing it every fucking day. My wife was like, "Hey,
I'm still here, right?
Are we ever gonna hang out?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh yeah, of course."
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go to the 2 p.m. To the stand mic real quick.
She's like, who are you fucking?
Yeah, she was never like that. It was just more just like she knew, because the thing was, before I ever started doing comedy, I was always watching specials.
Yeah.
I was always watching like Comedy Central half. I was always watching. I would always go to shows.
Yeah.
I would always go to like if whoever was at like the Beacon Theater or Radio City, I would always just go, and I would always have it. Hey, you want to come with me? She would always be like, "Nah, you can do that thing."
Yeah.
But in her head, she was like, I never wanted to ask you if you wanted to start doing stand-up, because I always just thought this was just like a thing you liked.
Yeah.
Just like the way I like watching like Real Housewives or whatever.
Yeah, I don't actually want to be one.
Yeah, I don't want to be one. She's like, but then like you want to do this thing. She's like, I know you're a funny guy. Like every time we hang out, they always say you're a funny guy. But it's like, I didn't think you were actually going to do this. It wasn't like she was like, this is stupid. She was like, I'm happy that you're doing this thing. But hey, just remember, like, there's a life outside of comedy. But like when I first started, I was like, no, there's not. No, there's not.
You know.
But imagine you marry a chick, like you're 8 years in, and then you just marry her like 2 years in, and she's like, you know what? I want to go to cosmetology school, and you're like, all right.
I mean,
cool. But then she's like super obsessive about like, I gotta get this. Fine.
I would support it. Here's the thing: a woman, and this is a really, I think, an important thing to talk about, because that's what we talk about here. Important shit.
Gang.
That a woman deciding, waking up and going, I want to do this crazy thing that is wild, and I want to do stand-up comedy, we'll say. They have the luxury, in society's terms, maybe not in our personal terms, but in society's terms, to go, I want to pick up and do whatever the fuck I want, meaning like I want to do a complete career path. A man doing that,
it's tough.
It's different. Like imagine like you're supporting your family, and then one day you're like, hey, I want to do this completely insane thing. A wife will look and go, I don't know how I feel about that. Whereas a husband, I think his common response would be, hey, give it a shot.
You think so?
I think I'm going based strictly on society. I'm not going on us.
Society-wise, yes.
I think, yeah.
I would agree. So, I mean, I think that, but I also think that I got lucky only because when I started doing stand-up, my wife was towards the tail end of her time at the company she was working at, the agency, and she was like, I'm gonna quit this job and I'm gonna take a chance.
Yeah.
Because she's like, you just took a chance to start doing stand-up. Now, I'm not saying that she's started a company because of me taking a chance to do stand-up comedy.
No, but that shit is contagious.
But she was like, I'm gonna quit this job that salary 6 figures, like great benefits.
Yeah.
Everything was great. She was like, I'm gonna quit this job and I'm gonna put all my eggs in this basket and I'm gonna start my own agency because I feel like I'm putting too much blood, sweat, and tears and the money's going to someone that doesn't appreciate.
Yeah.
And she took that leap. But, dude, if it wasn't for her doing that shit, I don't think I'd even be able to even do stand-up comedy because, like, she has so much time that she's putting into that company that I'm like, when I come home after doing, like, a mic or a show, and it could be, like, 9 or 10 p.m., and she's just closing her laptop. So now she's like, so how was your day?
So that kind of works out. You guys are on the same schedule.
She's super, like, she's about that life. Like, she's all in for me doing this shit because it's not like I'm quitting my job and just doing stand-up. Would I love to do that? Yeah, but it's like that's not realistic.
No, you have to be realistic and go, I got to pay my bills.
Yeah, but
you got to bring something.
But it is tough because, like, I mean, everyone's different, right? Like, if I never did stand-up comedy and my wife was like, I was still working my job, my wife was like, you know what? I still want to work, but I want to learn how to be like, I want to learn how to do nails. Like, I want to do like cool little designs, and I'm like, I don't care, go ahead, do it.
Yeah.
But I'm very like, I'm not like the old school macho guy. I'm like, you got to stay home cooking.
No, me neither.
Be nice.
Me neither.
Be nice.
Yeah.
But
no, I wouldn't be, because then
don't
you're going to be
care.
fucking miserable. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, yes, taking care of your kids, I'm sure there are people who genuinely just want to do that.
Yeah.
But I don't think that 90% of people, they want to do something. They want to, maybe even if it's just a hobby. Hey, I want to pick up doing fucking pottery. Go for it, please.
I think it's very cool that we do this stand-up comedy stuff because of how people come up to me after like shows and stuff. They're like, dude, I can't believe that you're doing this.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, clearly we can see it in your eyes that this is genuinely you love to do this.
Yeah.
And at 35, you're on stage making random people with a fucking dungeon laugh. And he's like, I work at a fucking hedge fund and I hate my fucking life.
Yeah.
But I can't quit it because I have 2 kids now and I pay for a golf course membership that I
don't even want to be there.
That I don't want to be at.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't know what to tell you, bro. You can do stand-up.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can do stand-up if that's what you want to do. I'm like, what is your passion? Like, because they always ask me, like, oh, I can't believe you're so passionate, or that you have a job and you jumped into this thing on the side.
Yeah.
And your wife is also like doing this thing that she's super passionate about. I'm like, you just gotta. It's not about finding someone that's like kind of like-minded. It's just like, yo, you gotta be a little selfish, but also be aware that there's other people around you in your life. Like, that's the hardest part for us too, because there's been comics that have gotten divorced, and that's my biggest fear. Is like, I don't want to lose my wife over like this comedy thing. But there've been times where I'm like, fuck, man, I'd really like to go to this mic.
Yeah.
But I told my wife that we were supposed to go to fucking a dinner date, and it's like, it's hard sometimes because you have to also like take a few steps back. But
that's my biggest problem. Because I don't have a relationship.
But that's what I say. I think as a single guy too, it's like you gotta just fucking put the floor.
Well,
pedal
that's
to
what
the
I
metal,
do.
man.
I have no fucking life, and
Yeah.
and it's that here's this is gonna get real fucking gay.
No, I'm all for it. We were just talking about trans, dog. Let's do it. I'm with it. I'm here.
So I did 20 minutes in Pennsylvania the other day.
At that
Last
church,
week. Yeah, that fucking
dude.
church.
That looks so insane.
insane. It
How
was
many
great.
seats?
I
'Cause
don't
that
even
picture
know
looks
because they're church
so
pews.
dope. It looks so dope.
It's a great spot. Church of
Unbelievable.
Satire Comedy in Hanover,
Bro.
Pennsylvania. Fucking great spot.
Throw me up. Come on.
Yo,
Dude, that looks
Jim,
so
nice
cool. It looks so cool.
It is a great spot.
It
Everyone
looks-
was
And with
fucking,
your fucking stuff, oh my
dude.
god.
I'm telling you, and I never say this. I fucking killed, dude. I fucking
Every
killed.
time we leave New York, you, like
Every time I'm
every
out
time
of this
you're out of New
fucking
York,
city,
you
I do
just-
well.
you
It's like
light
I
up.
gotta.
You like the
I'm
place.
better on the road. I'm better because I'm not smart. I do dumb comedy. People on the road like
you're not
me
dumb.
better.
It's not. You do good comedy. Your shit is pretty smart. It's
Thank
not.
you,
It's not stupid. It's not like Humpty Dumpty. You know, it's none of that bullshit. Like, you actually have like good stuff.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
I'm not gonna be hanging. I'm not gonna be hanging around or hanging on the same circles of guys that I'm like, oh, this guy's
A fucking idiot.
Like, we were on the same show with each other at Greenwich that one time, and I was
Yeah.
like, I told the guys the comics before, I was like, watch this.
He's gonna to destroy this people.
This is gonna be so much fun because it's either they're gonna fucking love him
or they're gonna
or
fucking
they're just
hate
gonna
me.
throw candles at him from the table.
That's it, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But I was sitting there and because I don't have a relationship and all of my friends are married with kids or they're other comics, and I got off stage and I felt that feeling. You know the feeling. You're high as shit.
It's so
And
good. That drip is crazy.
it's crazy.
Woo!
It's crazier than like I don't even want to drink after because part of me does. My brain goes more pleasure, but then the other part of me goes, the drink's not going to be even close to that.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting there and I'm standing outside the club in the middle of nowhere, and this sounds real pathetic. I didn't have anyone to call. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have a significant other where I could be like, hey, babe, like, you're not going to believe this.
Yeah.
And you can't call other comics because you're an asshole if you go, dude, I just fucking killed.
You could though.
You could, but
You
it's
could.
also
you could call Joe.
He was at work.
Bro, hit me up. I'm always there.
But still, there's a level. It was like 10 o'clock at night. It was a Saturday night.
Yeah.
It's just a level of like awareness that I have where I go, they're probably busy. And I'm not going to call
That's when comedy on the road
is.
That's where it hits.
Is where you
That's
go,
where
wow, okay.
yeah,
And that's how people become heroin addicts and fucking alcoholics.
Yeah.
But I have nothing else in my life. I have obviously family. I have things. I'm not fucking,
No, I know exactly what you're saying.
But it's all about comedy.
It's nice.
It's cool, but there's that dark side. There's that
dark
fucking
side.
dark side.
There is that dark side. That is hard because even if you are with someone and you call them and you tell them, they're just like, nice. So when are you coming home?
They also don't get it.
That's my
the other
wife.
thing. Yeah.
Like, oh my God, like I fucking ate so much balls on stage. She's like, cool. What do you want for dinner? I'm like, fuck. All right.
You don't get. Yeah.
But
she's
she's
a comedy
cool.
fan or no?
She likes comedy, but she doesn't like the shit that I like.
Yeah. Okay.
She just like, we just have different taste. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
Like, she's just like, she's an adult. She's
Yeah.
like, she's.
That's the best way to put it.
She's like emotionally intelligent, and I'm not. You know, I'm like very immature, but like she does like comedy. Like she likes Sam J. You know Sam J. The comic.
Oh, black lesbian.
Yeah. She loves Sam J.
Yeah.
But besides that, like, she liked Chappelle, but she liked it before he started doing the whole trans stuff. That's when he lost her.
I mean, I thought it was funny the first special, second special. I'm like, dude, I don't give a shit about this.
She's a huge Chappelle guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, when I first saw her, I love Chappelle. I'm like, oh, great.
Yeah, Chappelle's great.
And then she'd be like, yo, I don't want to go see such and such comic at, like, the Bell House in Brooklyn. I don't even know who this person is. I was like, yeah, that's the whole point.
You learned about somebody. Yeah.
Right? No, she likes comedy. She likes to laugh. She's just, like I said, she's an adult, and she likes different things. She enjoys the finer things in life, I guess. I just enjoy the fuckery.
I do too, man. I enjoy
the fuckery, bro.
I was seeing someone recently who we were on the same page with comedy, which was the coolest thing ever.
Nice.
We just laughed at the same things, and it ended obviously, but and that was the part that hurt me the most of like finding a woman who likes what I like.
Yeah.
And I was with someone in LA, and she did not like what I liked, and
was she in like in the entertainment world? Like, was she an actress?
No, she did videography.
Okay,
but. Well, the other girl that I was seeing recently, she's not in entertainment at all. She just is a fan. Like, kill Tony all the time. Like that. She was very cool. But my ex that I was with for a while, just I would read her jokes and she'd go, why can't you just do like something else?
That's how my wife is. My wife is like that. She's like, what if your sisters hear that?
Like, I hope she hears
it.
it.
My sisters are in college.
Yeah.
Do you remember what you were doing? Like, come on. It's like, right? But, you know, she is like one of my big, you know, my toughest critic, and also
what
like,
you need.
What I need, because it's just like, all right, you're right. Like, I do have to work around that. But she's always like, yo, listen, like, everyone knows that you're married to a white chick. Like, we get it enough. And I'm like, so that's a lot of things too. It's like, I always have like that constant like battle with myself where it's like, okay, everyone knows that. Not everyone, but like the people know at Mike's that I'm married to a white chick. So I try to move away from that stuff.
But you can also find a different angle.
Right? And the thing is, like, now it's like I'm just starting to get like booked on shows now where I can actually do my 5 minutes that I've been working on for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Which is hard because it's like you work on writing new jokes, and then you start finally getting booked on shows, and then you're like, do I do my old stuff? Do I do my new stuff? Do I sandwich things in the middle? Like, how do I know if my 5 minutes is actually good if I'm not actually working it out? If I'm constantly throwing new shit on the wall, you know what I'm saying? So it's very hard.
Yeah.
But like, I was talking to Cam Bird, shout out Cam Bird.
Love Cam.
He was like, we were right outside St. Mark's, and he's like, mate, I'm doing like 15 spots a week. I'm like, Jesus fucking
He's
Christ.
doing more spots
anyway. 15 spots a week. I just don't know when to throw in the new stuff. I was like, what? I was like, Cam, bro, if I get like one spot a fucking month or whatever it is, I'm happy, and I try to do as much as I can in the whatever time that I get.
Yeah.
But if you're getting 15 minutes a week, bro, I told him, I was like, you should just be either making a nice shit sandwich, like strong, new, and then strong at the end.
Yeah.
Or just fucking throw shit on the wall and just go new the whole entire time.
Bro, I had the same conversation with him.
Because I'm like, what? Bro, 15 spots at that point, dude? But that's like how, like, what he was saying, 15 spots a week, that's like legit, like what these like legit pro comics do and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they're always working on new shit because they get 15 spots a night.
Bro, I don't. That's exactly it.
Isn't that it?
I said to him, I was like, I don't know how you're not doing new shit.
You have to.
I'm like, I would plan it out, and I don't even plan it out. I would probably do one that works, get them with me, do this new shit. Okay, let's see where we're at. Maybe I got to pull them back with an old one.
Yep.
It's the whole point of that is you're thinking on your feet the entire time. It's like
that's the beauty of it, though.
Yeah.
But that's how you have to approach it. I mean, you don't have to, but like that's how I'm gonna approach it.
I would too. Yeah.
Like if I have 15 spots next week, dude, you better believe that I'm gonna be having fun.
Oh yeah, the new shit is the most fun to do.
I'm not gonna be robotic up there and just like I'm in an interracial relationship. Like no, I'm gonna do my shit, but by like the fourth show that week, dude, I'm gonna be loosey goosey up there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be throwing shit on the wall that I thought of right on that spot. And if it hits, cool. I got the recording, and then do it all over again.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if I did have 15 spots, who knows? You never know. But 100%.
I mean, when I'm doing mics, dude, half the time I'm like, all right, today is
that's
new
the whole
shit,
point. That's the whole point of the mics.
Yeah.
You either work on new shit, or you're refining your old stuff, or you're just adding or you're doing something differently with like your body language, or you're doing something different. Something.
Last night there was the Buddha Room. There was like 10 people, 10 audience. They did a fantasy football thing, and I went. I'm like, am I gonna do my new shit or am I do my old shit? And not old, but like There's the old shit, which I don't really touch unless I need to for a full show. Like if I'm doing
the Asian one.
no,
Asian
that one
kid in the
actually
park?
not yet. I'm like
That's so funny.
carpet cleaning, pregnancy photo shoots, abortion shit. But now I have like 2 stories that I have for 5 minutes, like 2 stories that actually happened to me. Where that's the 5 I usually do now.
Yeah.
And I was like, do I do all new shit? And I go, they were kind of like getting bored. And I'm like, I want to do the old shit because they came for something.
Yeah.
And I did it, and I was like, okay. Sometimes you gotta gauge it. It's like, all right,
you have to gauge it.
If these people really are having a rough time right now, let's go with the old shit where I know I'll get them back and give them a good show.
But that comes with time.
Yeah,
that comes with experience. Like 100%. I know exactly what you're saying, and it's cool too. It's like I remember when I used to always just jump right into my set when I started a mic, and now I started doing like a little riff off the top.
Yeah.
And sometimes it hits, sometimes it
Well,
doesn't.
you hit fucking hard at Black Cat.
Oh, dude, I was just thinking that.
Dude, I saw that you came.
But I got
hot.
lucky. That's only because of where I got up on that lineup. Because like if I tried doing that joke, if I was like towards the last,
no one would have been remembering it.
Man, what the fuck happened to Alexis?
Yeah.
But that was perfect. And even fucking bro, Eli killed that fucking
He
mic.
murdered, dude.
It was perfect. It was like, yo, this is it. But that can go either way, bro. Because I've tried, you know this. We tried riffing off the top. It's like, oh no, that didn't even come out exactly. What the fuck? And then I'll listen to it. I'll watch. I'm like, oh, don't do that again. But then it's like, no, I'm doing something else again.
No, but you tried something. You fucking tried. That's what kills me, dude. We live in a world sometimes where people are so unwilling to just fucking fall on their face, dude.
Yeah, dude.
And that's it.
But I think it's funny when you finally grow enough balls to finally look at it like the way we're looking at it now. It's like you realize it, like, oh, why didn't I do this from the beginning?
Yeah,
because it's hard because you I want to make sure that I'm like, I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and it's like. But I think that's why like the Plan B mics that you guys hold is like it's good because you build that little community and you can work on just getting more comfortable and being funnier.
That's it, man.
And it sucks because like there was a mic that I used to go to on Fridays. Every Fridays, it's like the Comfy mic at the comic strip at 6 p.m. and they just ended that shit.
Oh, they did?
And that was when they just ended it. So if you're ever looking for a 6 p.m. slot at the comic strip to take that over, you might as well reach out to them because they'll give that shit to you. But
nah, it's a bit too early. But
yeah, but that was a good one because it was like I was so new to comedy still, and that was like the community.
Yeah.
Before I found you guys, that's when I hung out with those guys like Ty Marsh and like James Patrick were there and like Peter Stewart and Nebros. I became friendly with Nebros, who I co-produced a show with.
Shock Therapy.
I found out about that mic because I met Nebros we were watching Jeff Asmus on at Rodney's, and I was like, oh, you're a comic, right? He's like, yeah. He goes, I'm gonna go do a mic at the comic shop. I was like, what? I've never seen anything about this mic online. He's like, oh no, it's like, the word gets spread word of mouth, come through, and I went, and it was dope. But the fucking mic ended. But what I was trying to say was that like that's why like what you guys are doing with the Plan B mic is so dope because like all those motherfuckers that go to your mic are all killers.
They're all really good.
They're all fucking.
They're
savages.
all really fucking good.
They're all savages.
Corey, O'Shea, fucking everybody, dude. They're really good.
Yo, it's insanity. You know what I haven't seen in a while? Who I follow her on Instagram so much it cracks me up. Was it Sarah Carson Ford?
I haven't seen her in a minute. She's funny.
So funny.
She's funny, dude.
She's like, I'm the hottest girl on edibles right now.
Yeah,
like,
I love
I'm
those
like,
things.
that is one of the funniest things that I haven't seen her in a minute, but she's funny.
I think she's in Canada right now.
Is she?
She's back home, yeah.
She's so fucking hilarious. I haven't seen her in a minute, but
she's cool. Everyone, that's the thing, dude. And I think that's the problem. Like when I did my first open mic, which was I did my first one in 2019, then I didn't touch it again till like 2021. I did a couple at Eastville, and then I stopped, and then 2022 was when I started to hit the ground running.
Yeah.
And
were you still living here?
I did it first here a couple times, and then it was L.A. where I really primarily started.
Where were you doing spot? You were doing like
Hollywood Comedy, Badger and Jam, Fourth Wall, like the whole.
Fourth Wall is an interesting space, bro.
Dude, Comedy Hollywood's an interesting space. That fucking place is like eerie.
That's the one with the red wall, right? The red and black wall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a weird spot.
It's an interesting spot.
And I was hated, dude, very much so.
Really?
Because, I mean, you know me. If you don't, in L.A., I mean, my shit in L.A., like, And it wasn't good then either. That's the other thing. It was just
Yeah.
me saying crazy shit. I didn't have any sort of the rhythm, nothing. So I was just going up saying
Bro,
nonsense.
you're so good up there. It's so crazy. If you guys will ever watch this guy on stage, it's so funny. 'Cause
Watch
it's like,
Niko
it's like you're hypnotizing us.
into believing into this insanity.
That's why
makes sense.
I love watching you up there, because it's like, and I want to just continue watching you get better, because like you're very calm, stoic up there.
Oh, I'm very calm. That's the
Very
thing, yeah.
stoic, very good. And then you're like, bam, and I'm like, oh my god. That's why it's perfect. That's why it's so funny.
It's also when you look at me, you go, he looks like a normal person. Like I don't look like a comic.
God.
You know what I mean? I don't have that demographic.
But that's the beauty of it, bro. That's why it's
a little out of nowhere.
But I think that's the beauty of like what you do up there too, because it's like you go up there and they're like, oh, this guy's gonna be like this, and then it's like, what the fuck is going on here? That's the whole thing about comedy, right? That's why when you see a guy go up on stage, or a chick that goes up on stage that looks so very well polished and they're wearing like a suit,
Yeah.
and then they're like, and I fucked her in the pussy. I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
It's fun.
It's the juxtaposition. Like
I love that.
You have to. It has to be like that.
And it's it's interesting now. I used to gross out women for the most part, and last night there was a bunch of hot girls at the thing, and one of them who had a boy, I'm pretty sure it was her boyfriend, and she came up to me after. I was like saying their friend did it for the first time. He lost the fantasy football thing,
Of
and I went up
course.
to the guy. I
Of
said, "Hey, good
course.
for you, man, doing your thing." And then one of the girls looks at me and she goes, "Hey, you were really funny."
Ooh.
And I was like, and I could see the girls laughing when I was doing the jokes, and I went, I'm found the way over the hump of like, rather than them going, fuck this fucking guy. Now they're starting to go, like, the gross shit is making them laugh. I don't know what it is. I don't know if there's a little more charm or what, but it's nice to go, all right, we got him.
You either go for it right away, or you butter them up a little bit and then you go.
And
for
then
it.
bam,
Then
yeah.
you hit 'em.
Now it's becoming more like that, I think.
It's gonna be fun.
But
But that's exactly like when I saw you do the spot at Greenwich. I was like, because I remember you were telling me when you posted that clip where the lady was like, "You're horrible."
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god. I was like, I gotta see this, because I know he's not gonna do this shit. Like, he's not gonna bomb. There was no bomb, but that fucking lady in the front row was fucking stole the show.
I mean, it was
Everybody.
bomb, dude. It was
Everyone bombed.
But I don't mind bombing and doing what I wanted to do.
The
You know
thing
what I'm
is,
saying?
like, how do you classify a bomb? Because like, when I think of a bomb, I think of like legit like crickets, and like there was no bomb with people. Like, again, with me when it comes to bombing, like I'm talking about like, I'm looking at it more of like, yes, the jokes didn't work, and A, the jokes didn't work, and B, I was not present in the moment to realize what was happening.
What the fuck was going on?
for
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
And
which
that's
sucks.
what I always say. That's how I bomb. If I got laughs, great, but I definitely bomb because I wasn't present in the moment to like really catch them right when the end of their laugh for me to go to the next one.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I see it. I did a show on I think it was Thursday or Wednesday at St. Mark's that I was just trying to chill and hang out.
Yeah.
And this dude Alfonso Hernandez, shout out Alfonso.
I know, Alfonso.
Happy birthday, dog. It was his birthday show. I was just there to chill, to hang out. He's like, hey, you want to do a spot? I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. But I just got to go because my wife, I was about to go date night with my wife.
Yeah.
And she's like just pulled up because we were going to go get dinner. And he's like, I'll put you a bullet spot. Cool. Host goes up. Crowd, bro. Death. And I was like, oh, my wife is here. Nice.
Yeah.
This is going to be great. I'm
Yeah.
about to fucking shove this microphone up my ass. Get the fuck out of here. I go up there. Bro. Probably the best set I've ever had.
Wow.
Only because and I'm not saying the best set I've ever had in my life because like I had the whole crowd on the floor. Was not the case. Best set I've ever had in my life because I went up there. I was like, all right, you know what? I'm just going to go up there. I'm going to go up there, do my jokes, but I'm not going to have an actual set list.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go off the top, right? I'm going to play off, do a little bit of riffing off the top with whatever the host had with some of these people in the crowd. Start off with that a little bit, and then I'm going to go into my shit. Dude, it was like maybe like 12 people in there. It was the most interesting experience, but I think the way that the way I tell my jokes and my style, I'm very in the pocket. I like the silence.
Yeah.
It was good, but the reason why I said I loved that set was because I didn't get everyone to laugh together, but I got each table to laugh at a certain point of my set.
Oh, that's interesting.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I got there was 12
You
people.
appealed to all them in different moments.
Different moments.
That's interesting.
And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't crush because I didn't get one point where the whole room laughed.
Yeah.
I got a point where like maybe like out of the 12 there was one laugh where I got 8 people to laugh, but the 4 didn't get it.
Yeah.
But there were points in time in that 6 minutes that I got on that set where each table, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I got it. Like I got something.
Yeah.
Watching the tape, I know exactly what was going on. I was in the pocket. I was so present. It was embarrassing.
That's fucking great, dude.
Did a mic the next day, ate so many dicks. I was so sad. I was like, oh, man. Dude, it was so crazy. I walked out of there with my wife, and I was like, that was the best set. She's like, really?
What? She's like, really? You
She's
must
like,
suck,
really?
dude.
I was like, no, you don't get it. I have the tape, but I was showing the tape. Like, every person in that room, each table, they laughed at different jokes. And that means that there was something there for somebody.
Yeah.
Which is what I want.
Which is cool.
But I'm not there yet. But I'm almost at the point where, okay, that time where I had 8 people laugh, what exactly was it that I said?
Yeah.
And a lot of it was all personal stuff. They laugh at the personal stuff.
Always personal.
I hate it.
It's why?
I only hate it because I'm so mad that I didn't start doing this from the beginning.
But that's going to be hard because everyone, and I've said this a million times, where you always think to yourself, no one's going to really think that's funny. It's funny because it's me. It's like, no. That's the fucking juice, baby. I love the
mom
personal
stuff.
shit.
That's the mom stuff. They fucking love
Of
the
course,
mom
of
stuff.
course,
The
dude.
mom
Of
stuff.
course.
I was like, shit. Because that one guy comes up to me like a couple weeks ago, he's like, no, I have a Jewish mom. She's fucking nuts.
Dude, it doesn't matter. You have a mother, you can relate. You know what I mean?
He's like, but my mom is opposite. She wants me to do therapy, and I don't want to do therapy.
Yeah.
So it's like the
He's
total.
right. Jewish, maybe
He's like, so
that.
you have to go see such and such, and it's like, but then you find out that the lady that she connected you with, the therapist, is her best friend from Bridge.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, they're just talking shit about me, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, so I mean, I think just get personal, get fun, tell your secret. I feel like the more secrets you tell, the better you'll have, the more fun you'll have.
The more fucking fearless you'll be. That's the thing.
You know what's crazy?
Mm.
I was doing therapy before I started doing comedy.
Yeah.
Just not
I did therapy
not
too.
religiously, but like I was doing it for like a good strong 7 months consistently.
Okay.
And I started doing comedy. I stopped doing therapy. I
don't blame you.
I should probably start doing therapy.
You probably
again.
need it now more than ever.
I probably do.
But I don't. So I've done therapy a million times, but lately I'm going, if I go to therapy, I'll have material, but I'll also maybe work some. I like being a little crazy. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
I enjoy it, and I want to figure my shit out.
You gotta be able to have. You gotta be able to have that little pilot on, that little fire in the back, just in case
That's
you have
the
to turn
thing.
that shit on.
Well, here's the thing. I think if you can go have little spurts of therapy. Like, you know what? I feel like I need to go back. I'll do 6 months, like a bid in jail.
I know. And then when we say this, but then people that are like in that world, they're like, no, bro, you don't take your vitamins and your antibiotics when you're sick.
Yeah.
You got to keep it. I get that. Maybe just a little microdose of therapy.
No, I do a little bit. Like,
I'll
go for a couple months, and then I'm feeling good again, and then don't, and then go, and then go. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not against that.
I'm not against it.
I did it 7. I would like to do it again, but at the same. But I'm at that point now where I'm like, I can do therapy for an hour, or I can go do a mic.
I'd rather do a mic.
And unfortunately, clearly my priorities are a little fucked up right now.
No, I don't think so.
Dude, my time right now is so, like, I don't have enough time to do anything, dude. I wake up in the morning, I train clients from like 6 a.m. until like 11 or 12, and then I go into my office to work from 12 to like 7. And then after that, I go right to do mics or shows.
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
you're tired.
Fuck.
It's brutal, dude.
It's brutal, but listen, I love it. So that's the hard part is like, when do you slow down? I burn out all the time, but it's like I find ways to relax and like recover. Like weekends, I don't do comedy unless I have a show.
Yeah.
That's the only agreement I have with like my wife. It's like I don't do anything comedy related unless it's
That's
something
fair.
like this. And she's like, fine.
I think that's fair. Do you feel like because I've met you, I've known you for a little while now, and you never seem like you've ever had a bad day, which I know is not true, obviously, but
not true.
You're really good at just kind of just being a very upbeat, uplifted guy.
Yeah.
Would you say comedy, did you feel more, I don't want to say use the word depressed because I don't know if you're depressed, but did you feel like life was heavier before comedy or after comedy or during? Before?
Yeah.
Yeah?
100%.
So you weren't really doing what you wanted?
I just didn't know what it is that I wanted.
Yeah.
And for me, it was like growing up. It was like, oh, I know what I want. I want to just make money.
Yeah.
I want to make money. I want to fuck bitches.
Yeah. That's the usual.
That's like my addiction growing up was women.
Yeah.
I told my wife this. She's like, wow. I was like, my addiction growing up was like, I gotta get money, I gotta get girls, and it's just rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
Like that was my whole thing.
Yeah.
Which is not healthy.
No, it's not.
Like I talk to a lot of people and I hear their story. I'm like, damn. Unfortunately, like the only addiction I had growing up was just women. Like I just love just.
Who doesn't?
Unfortunately, I grew up in a household full of women. I was just like, I can't stand these fucking women. And it was the worst. It was like I love my sisters. I grew up around like five women in my apartment, in a 2-bedroom apartment in Queens. So it was just crazy madness.
Yeah.
But I don't know, dude. It was strange. Like my life before doing stand up was, you know what it was, because I hit the goals that I wanted to hit in terms of just like financially and career-wise. I hit them all where I wanted to be at career-wise.
Yeah.
I got to where I wanted. Obviously, there's always room for improvement with things like that. But like in terms of like where I'm at, where I came from, where I grew up, and like just being the first kid in my family to like go to college and do all this shit, and like great. But I always put that chip on my shoulder. Like I was like, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Like my parents worked their ass off to send me to like private school and Catholic school. And they would always shove it in my face. They'd be like, you're out here partying with your friends and your dad's breaking his back driving a cab until like 5 a.m. You know, like things like that. But I don't know, dude. It was like I would always put like all this pressure on me to like to do like things that in reality never gave me any type of substance.
Yeah.
You know? Then I got married. Got together with my wife, got married, and then I was like, damn, I lost that fire of like, what am I going after? You know?
Yeah.
Because I was always good at going after two different things. It was never one thing that I always put all my eggs in the basket. I like to like do 50-50 and stuff like that. So when I got married, I was like, all right, I'm going to be a good husband, be a great husband, but I'm going to like just work my ass off and keep making more money. Did that. And then I was like, I don't know what to do anymore. Like I don't have, like, there's something missing. And every time when I would have those moments of just depression, I would watch stand up. Or I'd go to comedy shows, and it'd dig me out of that hole. I would be like, oh, my God, I can't believe such and such said that. And then one night I started partying a bunch. I started drinking. It was like a birthday of mine. I started drinking a bunch. And I was just like newlywed, bro. Like the fucking ink was still fresh. And I was just like, bro, I can't keep living my life without wanting to like not. I don't want to have regrets, you know. Like I don't want to like be like, yo, I never got a chance to do this or do that. And that's when I was like, I'm gonna start doing stand up and see what that does for me. And dude, unfortunately, I hate to be the guy that says it, but it's like, it definitely helped a lot.
Yeah,
a lot, bro. Like I wasn't, dude. It was like I was like just the worst person. Like you say, yeah. I look like I never have a bad day. Back then, I still know how to hide it, but it was like, if you really knew who me, like if my wife, she's like, what the fuck, bro? Like, go do stand-up, go do this, or go do that. Like, she would always be like, just go.
There'd be like a black cloud following you. Well, that's the thing with people who are come off as like they've never had a bad day. Those are the people I'm always most concerned about, because a lot of people have told me that, and I have bad days all the time.
The problem is when you're so like outgoing and like nice,
personable, yeah.
And when you're just like, you want to have I want to still go out and like go do my stand-up, but if I just want to like, yo, you good?
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah.
Please don't do that. I'm good, bro. Like I'm good.
I'm chilling.
But that's also like I bring that on myself. Like that's I can't be like one day like yo and then that's the gift and the curse of being an extrovert.
100%.
Like I genuinely get so much energy from people when I'm around them.
Yeah.
But when I'm dolo, it's bad.
Bro, me too.
It's bad for me, and it's like it's sad because I'm like, and I think that's probably why I enjoy taking the train so much.
You get to be in your little
in the little like crazy ass like aquarium.
I have a time limit with people though. Like after like a couple hours, I'm starting to go, I gotta get the fuck out. I started Irish exiting. Yeah. Where I go, I'm out. Like I'm not telling anybody, I'm out.
I guess I get that. I guess it just depends on the.
I think it's giant groups of comics. Like when it gets more to like more than 4, and everyone starts getting acting a fool, I'm done. I'm done. Everyone's trying to fucking get the punchline in. I don't need to, I'm not that important. I need to just be, or I'll go sit in the corner. I've done that before.
I get that part. Yeah. No, it's tough. It's tough because everyone has their little time limit for like their social battery only runs for so long. And my wife is like that. My wife is like, I don't want to talk to nobody.
Yeah, your wife is super chill when I met her.
Super chill.
Super chill.
She'll get exactly what you said. She'll like hang out, but she's like, all right,
I'm done.
I'm done here. Whereas I'm like, let's keep going. Let's keep hanging out.
Yeah.
If it's like a big group like you were saying, like I'm all for it. But then if it's just like a big shit show like that, I'm like, I can only go for too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I definitely think that I'm not gonna say that comedy saved my life, but it's made my life way more exciting.
That's the thing, dude.
Cause there's guys out there and girls out there that comedy literally saved their life. And I was never like that.
Yeah.
But I will say that whenever I was sad, like I always looked to comedy to get me out of the mud. So, and that's what I want. I want to help people out that come to shows that are just like they just don't want to. They don't want to hear about politics. They don't want to hear about this. They don't want to hear. They just want to hear like some stupid shit.
Yeah, and
or if you're going through the same thing that I'm going through, like how are you dealing with it?
Yeah,
because if you're dealing with it that way, cool. I need help.
And it's interesting after the shows sometimes when people come up to you like, "Hey, I thought that was really funny," and then they start telling you about their lives. And maybe sometimes it's like, "I always
that's
wanted
special."
To do this. It's cool. They start.
They're
talking
vulnerable
to you.
too.
Yeah, and they're like, "Hey, man, I know." Like you said, I know exactly what you're talking about, and that is a really cool feeling. Or it was like, "Yo, I had the worst week ever, and I just got to laugh." Bro, that's it. Like, that is just what we're going for. That's what everyone wants.
But isn't that why people watch sports?
To escape? Yeah, but sports can really upset you.
Did I turn this off by accident? Oh, you're good. Okay, good.
What's that?
Sports can upset you, but I think I thought I stepped on it by accident.
Oh, no,
turned it off. I feel like that's kind of what sports is about. Like, you just...
But if your team loses, then you're fucked.
Yeah.
I guess, but that's like bombing.
But that's bombing. But it's also like people, like when they're having shitty days or whatever, they're just like in a shitty part of their life right now or whatever the hell they're dealing with. They turn to sports because it just turns their brain off for a second. And then that's why people were getting upset about how when football or whatever sport was they start getting political.
Yeah.
They bring politics into it.
Yeah. And
like,
racism.
This is where we're just trying to turn our brains off for a second.
Yeah.
I have nothing against comics that talk about like political stuff. That's like, it is what it is. Cool. And the guys that do talk about it make it funny. The girls that talk about it,
you have to really make it funny.
Make it funny, right?
Yeah.
Fine, make it funny. But it's like if you're just gonna go up there and do like a TED talk the whole time, it's like
I hate that.
You lost me.
I hate
you lost
that shit,
me, man.
dude.
Just like cool. Give
me
your point of view, but give me your point of view with jokes, because that's the whole point. We're doing comedy, you know?
Yeah, man.
Like that joke you had when you were doing with the shooter in Minneapolis. I was like, that's something there.
It's something there. It wasn't that great. I just was like, I'll jump on it. But there's something. I don't know what.
But it's like it happened that same fucking
week. It was the
week.
same day. That's the only reason I did it.
What do you think? You're going to have a fucking a
brilliant
comedy seller take on it?
Exactly.
It's like, it hits. But listen, it is what it is. But I don't know, man. How did you feel when you started doing comedy? Did you feel like your life was better or was it the same?
Immediately better.
I mean, there are ups and downs like everything.
When I first started doing it, I was proud of myself when I'm doing my thing I want to do. And then lately...
you hit a funk.
But a couple months ago was the real funk where I was just fucking up, dude. I was horrible. I don't know what happened. I was just doing only new shit and things sucked. And then lately, this is the weird part. I have never been as good as I am right now, which is obviously makes sense because I'm doing it as long as today. I've been fucking crushing, and it's because I'm riffing, I'm talking. It's me talking.
It's yourself.
It's myself.
You're yourself.
And it's
they're like, oh, this is the same guy we talked to outside.
Exactly, and even the comics have said, like, starting back in July, end of July, there were people who were like, I'm seeing you, dude. I'm seeing you up there, and I was like, thank you.
That's the best.
Yeah.
Compliment to get.
Yeah.
Ever. For me, in my opinion, I think that's the best compliment you can get, because that shows that you're confident up there and you're slowly getting a feel for like, oh, I think I can get an idea of what my voice is like.
Exactly.
Obviously, it's going to take more time, but I think in a way, like when we started comedy, I mean, you started like in 2019, but it's like you're in your 30s.
Well, I did it in 2019. I've only been doing it 2 years, really.
But it's like we're still in our 30s. We can still kind of figure out
of course,
point
dude.
of view and like what we want to talk about.
And we've had way more life experience. That's the upper hand here in that sense.
See, when people say that, I'm always like, so do I have to talk about it?
No, but
see
you
what I'm
know
saying?
that you look at the world with a different perspective.
Is that what that means?
I think that's what that means. I don't think it means you have to talk about it. I think that you have a more aware.
Yeah, 'cause
Your thinking is a little less in a vacuum.
Yeah, because when people say that, I'm like, yeah, but I'm not gonna talk about all that shit. But
No.
I see what you're saying.
You know, you're just able to look at a
You've
topic.
seen some shit.
Yeah,
Well, you see some shit, so you know how to approach it a different way.
exactly. But
Yeah.
comedy, dude, it did wonders for me. It really did. It made me a better person. Made me more confident. It made me understand that you could say whatever you want, and if as long as your intention is good, you're fine. But I will say the extreme lows right now. The highs are so high. Like when I'm getting ready to go there and I do well, it's great. And then when I'm driving home, so like it's great, but the lows are there. And thank God I don't drink as much as I used to.
Yeah.
I go home and I'm just kind of like, it's weird. Like I'm having a blast up there, and then if you had a fucking smash cut from me leaving the stage and it's great, and then to here in my kitchen having takeout. It would be a sad juxtaposition.
It's literally the lifestyle we chose.
Yeah.
That's the sad part. No one ever talks about like the behind the scenes of like
Ever.
It's always like, oh yeah, it's like, yeah, but the
It's
behind
amazing. It's amazing. Like if you saw where I'm going after it, was not amazing.
It's tough, dude. It's tough because I mean, listen, we're all clowns, but we put paint on our face in a way.
That's
on stage.
the thing.
You
And
can't see the
it's-
pain,
you-
but it's there.
It should be spoken about, and people will be like, "Well, you love what you're doing." There's always
yeah.
a dark side of everything that you love what you're doing.
But that's the thing. People just because you love what you do doesn't mean you can't have a fucking bad day.
That's what I mean. Where people are like, "Oh, you don't
can
like
have
it
a great
anymore."
marriage.
It's like, no, motherfucker,
you can have
I
a great
love it.
marriage, but you can be in a fucking in a pickle.
Yes,
you can
there
have moments.
Dude, there are bad years. There are good years.
Yeah. Listen, it is what it is, but at the end of the day, the whole point is you just keep your head down, you keep going.
Yeah, you still know that this is the thing you want to be doing. That's it.
Yeah.
This is the person I love. This is the thing I love. I know there's going to be conflict. Without conflict, there's no love.
You need a little resistance, bro.
Yeah.
You need a little resistance. That's how you get stronger. And imagine if you just kept crushing. If you keep crushing and you're still risking your crushing, I'm like, oh shit, you hit the next level.
Yeah.
You're there. But we'll never know till we keep doing it. I
Keep
mean,
on going.
that's the best part about it is that you can do so well one day and then the next you could be doing the same one on that same day and then go and do another spot and you're like, oh, okay, I guess I am human. I guess
the
I am
best thing,
human.
I think, in that sense. Like it's so good for you.
But it's instant gratification. You find out whether it works or not. I think that's the beauty of comedy, right?
But it's not always right. That's the thing.
Always right.
That's the thing. It may not work this room, and then it works that room, and then it doesn't work this. So like it is instant gratification, but you have to go.
You have to test that shit out somewhere else.
Exactly. You have the data, and you do it enough. You do enough where you go, okay, it works 60%, and it didn't work 40. But you know in your heart of hearts, I know this works 80. I really know it works 80.
I know.
That's the gut feeling.
Do you ever write something and then you do it and you're like, I can't do that one again?
Nah.
Right?
Never did.
How many times do you give it a go until you're like, let me scrap it, or let me just put this on ice for a little bit?
Until I realize I don't care about it. There have been jokes
how many times you think you?
I don't know. It could be honestly twice where I'm just like I'm throwing it away like I need something to talk about.
Yeah.
And then there could be times where I do it 10 or 15 and I go either maybe there's something missing and I'll come back to it, or I just don't care about it.
Yeah. But you know what it is
What
too?
about
It's
you?
like that's the thing, dude. It's like I've been starting to go out to Brooklyn now.
Yeah. I need to do that
I've
more.
been starting to go out to Brooklyn now, and I'm so pissed that I haven't been doing this since the beginning, because I'll do my stuff. You know, I'll hit the mics all over the city. I'll do my shit, and then you see the same comics there.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck, like I want to get fresh eyes or fresh ears on this stuff. So that's why I started going out to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And so my whole thing is like, if I'm working on something and it's not working and it's not working and it's not working and it's not working, and I do it in many different rooms,
Yeah.
then obviously something's up.
Yeah.
But I definitely give it like double-digit tries.
Which is fair. I think that's
But
good.
I try moving things around, tuning it up. But if it's after 10 times, I'm trying at 10 different spots, then I'm like, am I like
Ari
approaching
Shafir
it?
has a
Like,
take on this.
am I
He thinks
approaching it
100.
wrong? No, 100%.
He goes 100 times, then you know if it works or not. Yeah.
I agree with that. But I think it's because we're still so new that we don't.
It's
But we're also
hard to
not
bear that.
But we're, you know what it is, bro? We if we get like the Cam Bird 15 spots a week,
then yeah,
we
can figure it out.
But
in
we're
100.
open micers. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's probably shit that I put on ice that I should have kept going. And when I do bring them out and I work at them with this new version of me, it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Nothing changed. I bought the joke out of nowhere because I haven't done it in like 6 months and nothing changed. I just wanted to bring it out for the first time in 6 months and it fucking rips. And I was like, that's bullshit, guys. Because I said the same joke, same way, maybe not the same way, but like I feel like I'm way more into it.
Yeah. Could be your body language.
Yeah.
You know, and you don't even realize it.
Is that, and also like if you can win the crowd over in terms of like someone know who you are.
Yeah.
Then yeah. But it's like I want them to laugh at my jokes, not because they think I'm fun up there. That's the hard part. But that's also part of the job, right?
It's part of it too.
I don't want to be like, oh, they're only laughing at him because he's fucking handsome.
Who was I talking about? Well, most people don't like handsome on stage. That's the other thing. But I was talking about.
They don't like handsome.
Yeah, I'm telling you. We have a.
It's tough.
You know,
they don't like handsome.
Who was I talking about with this? Where we were. That sometimes the joke doesn't even. It should be as good as you can get it. But you can hypnotize people with enough confidence. If it's got legs and you're confident enough when you say it.
Isn't that how we pick up girls?
That's the thing. It may not be the best pickup line, but you say it with enough gusto where they go, oh, shit. It's selling that shit. That is the thing. And I think that's what I've been getting better at.
Do you think
selling the insanity?
But that's it.
Yeah.
That's the act.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's comedy, right?
Yeah.
You have to say it every single fucking time so they believe us.
Yeah.
And it has to sound like it's the first time you said it.
Exactly. And the other thing is, if they don't get it at the first, there have been times, jokes where I'm like, where I say this thing and I look at them, I'm like, you know what I'm talking about. And then it gets them. It's like, they're like, yes, I was thinking that.
Do you think you can really hit a joke 100 times in a row? Do you think personally?
Like that it'll land every time?
Like the way Ari was saying it?
I don't know about hitting it 100 times. He's saying trying it 100 times.
Do you think you can try it 100 times?
Probably. There's one
So
joke
he's saying
that I
after 100 times, if
you
it doesn't
know
work,
if it works or it doesn't. That you have to test it 100 times. That's when you can say if it works or not.
That's hard.
It's fucking hard. I will say there's jokes that I have done 100 times, I would say, at this point, that I know hit. Like, I know.
You have your.
There are some where I go, okay, this one works. And even if it doesn't work, I know it works. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was on them.
That's the best part is when you're like, oh, I think I got something here. And then I know, and then now they add, like, you throw it into your little tool bag. And you're like, okay, I know this can fucking work. But yeah, that's an interesting. If I had to work on a bit for like 100 straight times, you know what? I'm gonna try it.
You could do it, dude.
I do get a complex about it though, because I'll see like some comics that have seen it already, I'm like, oh, fuck.
I hate that also.
I can't wait to grow out of that.
Yeah, it's nonsense.
Some days I'm like, and then other days I'm like,
But there have been people I've seen do that where they repeat the same joke and I still laugh just as hard. So I go.
And the thing is, like, I'll see big acts. I'll see them at either at the Cellar or some comedy club out there, and I'm like, oh, this is their Don't Tell set.
Yeah.
And they're fucking crushing. And I'm like, and in my head, I'm like, no, none of these people know this.
Yeah.
I know this. I'm laughing, but I'm like.
They're repeating the shit. Yeah, this is not like they're coming up with new shit every night.
And in my head, I'm like, how do I approach this?
Yeah.
Am I approaching this the right way? Because I'm trying to go up, do new jokes all the time, but I'm not working on my craft.
No, you need to have your shit solidified.
What are you doing? Like, what do you do?
Personally?
Because I'm, like, I think I have it figured out, but then I'm like, I just saw some motherfucker rip a room so hard.
Yeah.
Like, it almost felt like he took his belt off and beat everyone in the ass.
Yeah.
So everyone was dying.
And they liked it.
And it was, I've never seen him do this shit. It was new shit. And I was like, oh my God. And then I saw him do another spot another night, and it was his Don't Tell set, and did the same exact like reaction. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Well, no, you got to refine your shit, I think. But personally,
what's your whole like approach on like?
I mix it up.
5?
I mix it up. I have a 5 where I know I have 2 5s right now I think my second one is better than my first one, but I mix shit up, dude. I'll piece things together where I'll go. I'm realizing I enjoy my personal storytelling where I tell the people
You're a good
story.
storyteller. You got a story. You got a good. That story about when you went to Chicago and you took the Viagra.
I'll cut
Oops,
that.
my bad. My bad.
I'll cut that.
It's a good one.
That's my favorite. That is my now. I do that, and then I have this dirty talk thing, and I tie it together, and then I end it with a political thing.
So
on the
you're
Vatican.
like, are you like? You're not like doing the whole like non sequitur thing. You're like you're flowing your set. Your set is a flowing.
It's pretty
topic.
flowy. It's pretty. I like to flow it, and then there are times where I'll purposely like I have those two stories, and then I do my Vatican bit, and I make the segue after that story of me like this most bizarre thing ever, and I go, "So you guys fans of the Vatican?" Like, and it's that insane of a segue where it almost still flows. If that makes any sense.
Nice. No, I get exactly what you're saying.
So. But at Mike's, dude, I'm constantly.
Are you trying to like refine the shit, or are you just doing new stuff all the time at Mike's?
I mix it. It's all mixed. I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna do that joke. I haven't done that joke in 3 days. I'm gonna do that joke again, and then I got this new shit I want to work on. Yeah. But I've been writing on stage more than anything. So
I've been doing. That's all I've been doing.
It's I find it more interesting. I find it more fun.
But it shows because of how you're up there now.
That's the thing. I'm more conversational.
Even if, dude, just I'm telling you, because I watch your videos that you guys post up. You, Joe, all these guys that are in that circle that they just post the reels up, and I watch it, and you can just tell, especially with your stuff recently, like in your shoulders. You're not up here now. You're like
way more. I'm way more.
You're
chill.
way more chill.
Yeah.
In the beginning, you're like you can tell you're like here we go. Now you're like way more, and it shows with because if you're lax up there, the audience is gonna be like, this guy is doing it.
Yeah, and the second you walk up, they're gonna feel a body language vibe, even if they're not thinking about this guy's been here before.
Immediately. So you ever go up there and just do brand new shit, just try to do a new 5-5?
Show or mic?
At a mic. Let's do a mic.
Mike.
I've done that at shows, and that's the worst part because if it goes well, I get the biggest fucking hard on. I'm like, pfft.
And if it goes bad, you just want to kill yourself.
No, if it goes bad, I'm like, I knew that's why it went bad.
Oh, it's a cop out.
It's a cop out.
That's a cop out.
I was like, I went back. I was like, I'm doing new shit at a show. It didn't go well because obviously it's new. But if it crushes, I'm like, let's do this.
That's the thing. Okay.
But that's how that's the adrenaline that I get right now. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna do new jokes.
Yeah.
Like if I only have, let's say they give me a 5-minute spot. Let's say like it's like a Drew show, or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do new shit.
Yeah. Why not? Try it out.
I'm like, bro.
It's a good room to do it in.
Especially if it's like a 3-person bringer.
Fuck it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. But honestly, if I'm being honest with you, dude, that's kind of how I've been moving the last probably since the spring. I'm just like, I just try to do new stuff and
I think mixing it up is important because then you could piece the 5 together. You know this joke, I'll do those together on a show.
And the weirdest part, bro, is because I'm throwing in I'm doing like new stuff. Like let's say if they give me a longer window, like if they give me like a 10-minute.
Yeah.
Bro, I'll sprinkle in my old shit.
Yeah.
And it hits so much harder. And I'm like, oh my God.
100%.
What the fuck is happening here?
And that's great knowing
and
your
I've also
A&B
ate
shit.
balls many times, but I'm like, whatever. But still, it's like, am I figuring it out? Like, is this like kind of like how, like the way you're saying where you just like mix it all up? It's weird. But I'm also like, what do I have to lose?
You have nothing to lose, bro. That's the part that drives me crazy.
It's like, what do I have to lose?
Like, just fucking do it. Yo, just do it. Just shut the fuck up. You're 30 years old. Like, stop being a bitch. Just go ahead. There's scarier shit. There are people who jump out of fucking airplanes.
That's why those competitions, like I did them last year. Fine, cool, whatever. But the problem with those competitions with me was that I was competitive with it to the point where I was like, I'm only going to be drilling this 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was in like focusing on putting together
I would have never approached it that way. I would have done 5 once, and then I would have done a different 5. I'm so consumed with like wanting to have. I just like a lot of shit.
That's the thing, right? I was only a year in, and I was like, I have to do my 5 like everyone always says. So when I did it I did like a tight pants competition.
Yeah.
And I did a 5 and I won that one, and then I did the comfy clash thing. And it was like a 7 or 8 minute spot. I did completely different jokes.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, at that point, I was like, oh, my shit's working. Because I won those 2 competitions from just new different stuff. And I was like, all right. So I started approaching all the shows and stuff that I get. I'm just like, fuck it. I'm just going to. And if it doesn't hit, I have tried and true jokes that I can throw in.
Yeah.
And that might work, maybe, depending on how much of a hole I dug myself in.
Yeah.
But it's like, now I'm glad that I'm at the point now where I can do that, but I wish I can get at the point where if I see like you or Joe or like Dave Romero at a mic, I'm like, oh, they heard me do this shit 2 weeks ago. I can't do this again.
No,
I need to grow out of that part.
That
See what
part.
I'm saying? I don't know
sometimes
why.
you gotta just go. All right, no. Sometimes
like-
you just gotta say the shit into the mic again.
It's like, oh, they saw me with this outfit already. I look like like
No,
you start acting like a bitch. I'm like, oh, they saw me with these Jordans.
No, if it's like 7 months and you're doing the same exact 5 every time, I would probably say something. I'd be like, Niko, like,
bro,
why haven't you written anything new?
But that's the thing, right? It's like that. See, that's the thing. That's the question I have for you. Is that like we know comics that do that,
And that drives me a little nuts
And
if it's that long.
and the problem is they're like passed at clubs. So in my head, I'm like, what are we doing wrong? I'm not trying to compare myself.
No.
I'm just saying, like, am I supposed to keep working on my shit for like 7 months where it's like I'm at that 100 times that I've said that?
Well, what do you want to do?
Not that.
So then that's the answer.
Not that. Because
Do you want to keep working on your threes, or do you want to learn how to dunk too?
That's the thing. That it's like I enjoy doing it, and I've never been one to compare myself to any other comic, but it's also like I'm gonna respect a comic that's like doing their thing, but sometimes I'll see their act, and it's like, oh, this is the same stuff they did that I saw them do like last year. But they did do something a little different.
Nah, it's nothing worse than that, bro. If you ask me, I think you look at people like, oh, he's still doing that joke. Like he's still,
Yeah.
Like how the fuck, how
at
good of a
what
comic?
At what point are you like, oh, he's still doing it? At what, like, what's the, like, it can't just be 7 months.
No, I don't think so. But I don't know, man. There's
Because
certain
think
jokes
about
that
it.
I have that are really, I believe are really good, and I haven't tossed because I'm like, I'm gonna need that at some point.
But there's comics that like the old model was like 10 years and then you do a special.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that
I
for
wouldn't-
10 years you got to do the same jokes?
I mean, I wouldn't do it. I
You
don't
see
know.
what I'm saying?
No, that's not true. Because you would have gone through shit already. You would have been like, you're
But I
not
guess
doing
it's
this.
an hour, so I guess you can definitely come up with other shit, right?
No, to me, the testament of a good comic is not the first 5 that he comes up with.
It's
It's
new
the
shit.
second 5 he comes up with. You know what I'm saying? Like the first year I came up with 5 minutes and I go, oh, wow, I got this. And then I go, I need to come up with something new.
Now, do you think that's just because that's how we are now, like the world is nowadays, where we just have to constantly pump out new shit?
No, I think that's comedy. I think it was always comedy. I've heard comics go like, oh, God, he's doing the same act from 20 years ago.
100%. That's true.
I've heard Rogan talk about
But
it.
it's like we all remember like jokes from certain specials that we admire in all these comics, right?
Yeah.
We love those specials. And do you feel like nowadays that there's certain specials where you're just like, I'm gonna remember that shit?
No. I think the specials, there's so much content. I don't even think it's comedy. I think it's the
So
amount
what do you
of
think it
content.
is? How do you think we break out of that? Just by
I don't know.
Just new shit all the time?
I guess so. I don't think that there's anyone that remembers anything anymore.
Now,
You know what I mean?
what do
be
you
careful,
think is
maybe out of the frame?
what do you think is gonna be like the? Do you think that special should be like 10 minutes long?
No. I still think they should be an hour, but I don't think they have the same impact as like Eddie Murphy's fucking Raw. You know what I mean? Like
Chappelle's and stuff.
or Chappelle,
Carlin.
because it was different. There wasn't as much out there. You know what I mean? Whereas now you can go on Netflix and find 30 specials.
Yeah.
You don't even know who the people are.
But okay, so when people say like, "Yo, you gotta write," are we talking about writing new jokes or like writing and refining your shit?
I think both. I
You
think
see
it's
what I'm
everything.
saying?
I think it's everything, but I'm telling you, dude, when I have
That's
my
the war I have with myself, the internal battle I have with myself all the fucking time.
your first 5 that you came up with, this is my
It's
take.
not the 5 that I do now. I can tell you that.
Okay, but that
It's
shows
not.
that you could still be doing this.
Yes.
If you wrote 1 5 and that's the only 5 you've been doing for a year, you write the second 5 to go prove to yourself, because after I had my first 5, I go, how am I going to come up with another 5
You're right.
minutes?
You're
and
right.
I did, and I go, okay, no, I'm a comic.
Yeah.
I can do
The
this.
problem though is I have 5s. Like I have multiple 5s.
Some are B, some are A, some are C.
But that's why can't I make the C's A's?
You can. You got to work on them.
That's the problem. How long am I gonna?
I don't know,
see,
dude.
That's the problem.
You know what it is? It's like sometimes it
Comedy.
takes. Here's the thing: a human, 9 months.
Jokes
to-
are never done.
Well, that's
Jokes are never done.
They're never done, but I'll put it to you like this. This makes sense to me. It takes 9 months to childbirth for a human. For an elephant, I don't know if this is right or not. It could take 11. For a leopard, it could take a year.
Everyone's
For
different.
a fucking, it's every joke is different. Every 5 is different. Sometimes you have a joke and it just fucking hits.
But if you're working on a joke and you're actually genuinely working on it for
Yeah.
a year, it has to be good.
oh, I agree. I
Right?
think so.
It has
I would
to
think
be.
so. But I do think if you're doing the same exact routine, if you have a joke from 2 years ago that you pop in the 5 that you have now with the new shit, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, we've
That's how I
heard.
feel about like the being married to a white chick. Like I try not to throw that into the mix anymore because it's like it's
It's
so
there
old.
if you need it.
And
It's like
when I do pull it out at a
it's a silver
show,
bullet.
it works. I'm like, man, I beat myself up about that because I'm like that was like
Sometimes
the
you
easy.
need that, though, or sometimes
Yeah.
the audience needs that.
Like sometimes you need to eat McDonald's.
Yeah,
Sometimes you need a little fast food. I guess
exactly. Like you're hungry, here, eat this. It's quick.
Hold on, let me go piss. I gotta pee.
Yeah.
I'm getting too
What
excited.
time is it?
What time is it?
Oh shit, we've been at it for 2
Yeah,
hours.
we're
We should-
done.
We should cut this. All right, Niko, you're the fucking man.
Yeah, it was fun.
Thank you.
I literally couldn't probably keep doing this forever.
Dude, we went
That's
in
just-
on the comedy. I don't normally
Oh
talk
my
this much about comedy.
I'm sorry.
No, don't worry.
Oh my god.
We want to drop your socials.
Come find me. Find me on Instagram. Pico de Gallo 13. PIKODEGALLO 13 Instagram.
And he also runs a show with Nebris, who's also a great comic.
Yeah.
Shock Therapy.
Yeah.
At the, where is it?
Yo, we do our shows at the Harry Lemon down on the Lower East Side. But if you want to follow us on that, it's Shock Therapy Comedy.
They literally electrocute people while they're doing comedy.
It's fun.
It's
Just come
great.
by.
It's honestly one of my favorite things.
If you're a comic and you want to actually hop on the show, just pull up and just support. And we have a thing where you can put your name in the bucket and you get pulled out. You could do 5 minutes, or if you stay till the end, we'll pull you out and you could do 10 minutes on the next show. So we give people a chance.
That's dope. I like
Check
that.
it out.
All right, man. Anything else? Am I forgetting anything?
Nah, man.
You're
You
the
got a
fucking
nice
man.
place here. I like it.
Thank you,
Finally
dude.
get to see it. It's
Dude,
cool.
this is
where the famous feet episode started.
that happened right here, dude.
Wow.
Right here.
I can smell Cam Bird's feet. Where's
Well,
Eli Maroney?
Eli's, you're sitting in Eli. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Niko, you're the fucking man. You have any shows
sorry
coming
about
up?
the boring comedy talk.
No, it
guys.
wasn't boring. I mean, fuck
Sorry,
them, dude.
that
It's for
was
us.
boring.
You got any shows coming up?
I got one next Saturday in Bushwick at a bar called Gems Bar Lounge. It's like 2 blocks away from the Tiny Cup, or I don't know, but
All right.
go on my Instagram and find out. DM me
This
if
will
you
be
wanna
out
go.
before then, so that's perfect.
Cool.
All right.
Works out.
Thanks, guys. Until
True.
next time. Later.